cigarettes, magazines, postal cards.
Hey, kiddo, how many more water tanks do we stop at?
No more stops before Cheyenne. Do there in an hour. Cracker Jacks, get your pretty postcards, all the scenic wonders of Wyoming.
I'm most terrible hungry. Maybe you have some nice candy here?
Gumdrops, jawbreakers, jujubes, and jelly beans.
Well, Benny King's?
Yes, sir. King Burley's the only cigarette that gives you a picture of an actress at no extra cost.
I'm trying to get Lillian Russell in tights. Oh, Spanish dancer.
These jawbreakers is the most prettiest color, I think, maybe.
Jelly beans are all different colors and easier to handle. I broke a tooth once when I was a kid.
So? Your tooths are all there now.
These are my second teeth.
Cigars, cigarettes, beans, postal cards, Cracker Jacks.
The Lewis
get your pretty
Casino.
Postcards, all the scenic wonders of
That
Wyoming.
man, he don't like Spanish dancers.
What can you expect of a drummer? I think you're the greatest dancer I ever saw.
Thank you. Thank you for saving me from getting step on the face. Where are you going?
Cheyenne?
Me too. It is where I am born.
Aren't you really Spanish?
One half of me Spanish like the deacons. I grew up in Spain with my mama. But the other half of me is my papa. He live in Cheyenne.
Oh, separated, huh?
No, I'm all in one piece. But I got two names. In Barcelona, my mama called me Dolores Casino. But in Cheyenne, my papa called me Della Casey.
That's a good Irish name. The first man I've got to look up is named Tim Casey, owner of the Dispatch.
That's my Casey. Who are you?
Stephen Blaine, reporter for the New York Enquirer.
Oh, you don't put me in paper that I am Casey.
Oh, no, I'm going to try to get a story on a war that's going on between the cattlemen and an outlaw named Arapaho Brown.
You tell me about this war? But first, do you mind if you have some jelly beans?
Oh, gee, I don't mind if I do. Thanks. You see, Wyoming is great cow country.
But I don't see no cows.
Make it fast, make it fast. Get that dynamite in there. We ain't got all day.
I can't see why we don't just stick up the train. What do we have to blow up the roadbed for?
It's the boss's orders. Besides, it's strategy. We'll pilfer the train leisure-like. The hold-up's just a matter of routine. It's the hurrying that takes it out of me.
If it's time you're talking about, you'll have enough to take the haul into the bank.
I ain't trusting no bank, not with all these crooks around. I work too hard for my dough. This dynamiting will be laid at Arapaho Brown's doorstep when we get done.
Yeah, and the next thing you know, Rapp will balk at all these jobs have been blamed on him.
Quit worrying. We're getting paid good money, ain't we? Besides, Rapp Brown won't show his face in Cheyenne because he knows I know him. All set? Light her up and let her blast.
Father's paper's been blasting away to Arapaho Brown with both barrels.
Why he do this?
Because Arapaho's been running the cattlemen ragged with his rustling and other forms of lawlessness.
But why you want to find out about these cows' war?
It's my job. You see, getting the whys and the wherefores of controversies and murders makes news.
You come all the way out to this strange Wyoming for news?
It's not strange. I was born and raised over in the Jackson Hole country.
Then you are a native son of a gun like me. Oh.
Hold up! It's a hold up! It's a hold up!
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Keep your hands in the air. Drop your valuables in the black bag. What a beauty. I ain't passing this up.
Keep your hands off her.
Nothing personal, dude. I'm only making reference to this chunk of gold. You lunkhead. If Arapaho Brown knew you passed this up, he'd demote you.
Arapaho Brown!
Arapaho Brown's bad! Ah!
Oh, gumdrops.
10 cents.
All right. Now all together, holler your heads off. We dynamited the roadbed. Now just make yourself comfortable. Brakeman's walking back towards Rollingsburg. It'll take about 3 hours. When he gets there, he'll wire Cheyenne for a relief train.
I tell my papa on this train, he fix you for holding up me.
I'll sue the railroad. It's an outrage. It's the railroad's fault.
I wait for nobody.
I'm responsible for you passengers. Nobody leaves this train.
Your train leave me pretty flat, so I don't stay. The Wyoming Club is giving me a dinner to one of my arrivals, so I arrive.
Miss Casino's an actress. This is just like disappointing an audience to her.
Sure, so I get there. Well, goodbye, gentlemen. I walk. And I take my valise.
But it's over 25 miles.
Then you take my valise.
But Miss Casino, Dolores, wait. Miss Casey, hey, Della.
Will you look at that now? And them me own girl winking and blinking in electric lights.
We're the first city in the country to use electricity. No flies on Cheyenne, eh?
You've done a lot for Cheyenne, Sam.
Don't thank me. Cattle business put this town on the map.
You are the cattle business, and you're worthy of the title of cattle baron. Did bouquets I'm handing out today, boy.
You deserve a few yourself, Tim. You're putting up a mighty good fight in your newspaper against these James County settlers ruining the rangeland like they are.
Don't lick 'em, Sam. Arapaho Brown with 'em.
I'll keep trying.
I'll keep helping.
All right, folks. Think we all better be getting on down to the depot.
How do I look?
How long since she's seen you?
Years and years.
She'll find you considerably wrinkled.
Ought to have it ironed, huh?
You're so tired you can't hardly stand up.
Then I sit down. But I keep on going. Oh, my feet, they hurt for the dickens.
I'm awfully sorry.
I think I'm going to cry, me.
A wagon. Hey, hello there.
Oh, senor, stop, senor, stop, stop. Hurry. Senor. Oh.
Jumping hop toes. Where'd you come from?
We were on the Cheyenne train.
What'd you do, fall off?
No, the dynamite, he blow up the trucks. And then the train, she can't climb over the mountains of rocks. And then the bandits, they come and rob me, and I'm in a hurry, so I walk.
You don't say so.
I do say so.
What is it she said?
Our train was put out of commission and held up. Arapaho Brown's outfit.
Arapaho Brown. How do you know it's him?
The man, he says so right out loud. Ah, that Arapaho, he's one big brave man just the same.
You're darn tootin' he is. They'll have to get up early in the morning to fool Rap Brown.
I hate him like the dickens just the same.
Well, make up your mind, will you?
Sure, I hate him like the dickens.
Well, now that that's settled, will you give us a ride in, mister?
All right, hop in.
You will hurry, please.
Well, hurrying with this outfit's the thing of doubt. So you're going to settle the war between Arapaho and the cattlemen, huh?
I'm not capable of settling it, but I'm going to try to get to the bottom of it.
Oh, Steve, he's not afraid of this Arapaho bad man.
You better be, young feller. I hear old Rap eats a young newspaper reporter every morning for breakfast.
I thought cattle barons were more to his taste.
Oh, he just sort of nibbles on them fellers.
What kind of a man is this?
That's what I'm going to try to find out.
We'll have to catch him first. How he aiming to do it? Nobody in Cheyenne knows what he looks like. He don't ever come down out of the hills.
I may join that band of cutthroats.
I don't know if you can. Wyoming Club is real exclusive.
I'm in Arapaho's gang.
Oh. Get up.
Disabling the train. 'Tis an outrage. 'Tis a federal offense. 'Tis. Well, anyhow, it is a big disappointment.
And even hold a banquet in this town anymore with any degree of safety. What with the Arapaho Brown at the head of these bandits, they're bound to put a serious crimp into the glorious business of cattle raising. How long are we going to stand idly by here?
And starve. And that's what we'll be doing if we wait for that relief train to come in. Come on now, get the festivities started before all the poor waiting guests faint away.
You heard what he said, folks. Come on in. Come on. Make yourself right at home, all of you.
Hey! Cargo here, consigned to the Wyoming Club.
Glory beaches, Della. Wake up, girl. What way is this to come home?
Casey! Oh, Casey, I am so happy.
Here, hold on here.
My name's Sam Drummond. This is your father here.
Oh, Casey, I love you so much even if I don't know who you are.
I have outgrown my recollection, Della. You're the beauty you are.
Oh, Casey, this is Stephen Blaine. He walked with me all the way until this nice gentleman with the whiskers, he gave us a ride.
Then you must be at Della's banquet, and thank you for bringing her in safe.
I'll be happy to have you gentlemen join us.
Me go into the Wyoming Club?
Why not? It'll be something for a fella like you to talk about.
Bub, it'll be something for me to brag about.
Here. I feel shabby beside you. The father of a famous lady should be a gentleman in a swallowtail coat.
Oh, no. Ever since I'm a little girl, I think of a wrinkled old coat and a battered old hat and a very fine gentleman. That's my Casey.
Have you got one of them fancy dancing dresses with you?
Yes, in my valise.
Then go put it on. It's as a queen we'll see tonight.
All right.
She's a fair senorita and a charming chiquita. She's the apple of the eye of every fellow. And everyone calls her Bonita because her name is Anna Donna Della Costa Bella Donna de Dolores.
De la Casino.
She's a tropical number when she dances the rumba to the singing of a fiddle or a cello. And everyone calls her Bonita because her name is Anna Donna de la Costa Bella Donna de Dolores.
De la Casino.
She'll do the bolero on any sombrero and follow it up with the samba. And when she winks her eye, everybody cries, Caramba! She has every amigo from Cheyenne to Oswego, just as silly as a punchy punchinello. And everyone calls her Bonita because her name is Anna Donna de la Costa Bella Donna de Dolores de la Casina.
All right, line up. Back, against the wall. We'll make it fast.
That man with the black bag's here again. He robbed me before, remember?
Well, if it ain't the Pullman car cowhand. How do you like it here, Sonny?
Well, it's getting a little monotonous.
You robbed me already, too, you rapahole, you.
I'll take this watch myself. Rapahoe's got one.
Why, doggone your hide, Rap wouldn't be found dead with no cheap time ticker like that.
You wrap-round scoundrels won't get away with this.
Come on, shell out.
I only got 2 bits.
You got your nerve. How'd you get in here?
He's here at my invitation. You thieves gonna tell me now how to run the Wyoming Club?
At your invitation, huh?
Yes.
Ain't you gonna be surprised?
Grab every horse you can get your hands on.
Them crazy fools is chasing us.
We better make a run for it.
We better find some cover. These horses are getting winded.
We've got them cornered. You two stay here and watch that narrow pass. We'll go around back and drive them out.
You drive them out, son. We'll pick them off. Come on, Drummond.
They're circling us. We're outnumbered 2-1.
I'm going to call on them to surrender. If they're fool enough to do it, we'll shoot them down anyway.
What I hear, Drummond, that's just like you. If you mean it.
Of course I mean it. Hey! Sam Drummond speaking. Come on out and surrender before you're all shot down.
It's all right. Come on.
Here they come.
What'd you let them get away for?
Ah, don't blame me. This clumsy ox stumbled again me at the exact precise moment when we should have been shooting straight and fast.
I know it's deplorable, gentlemen, but accidents will happen.
Yeah. Sometimes they just happen, and sometimes they just happen. Sometimes.
Blast that renegade all over the front page.
I've been batting away at Arapahoe, but what good does it do? The state officials keep on reading it just like it was a dime novel.
Maybe someday we'll bring that story to a conclusion for them.
Well, young fella, what can I do for you this morning?
You must have rather a bad opinion of Cheyenne. Mighty unfortunate, that affair last night.
Not to a reporter. Do you think I'll find James County as exciting?
And what'll you be doing up there?
I'm going to find Arapahoe Brown and get his side of the story.
If you take my advice, you'll keep out of there.
I'm afraid I'm still taking orders from my editor, Mr. Drummond.
You're chasing the will-o'-the-wisp. It's a bewitched country inhabited by hobgoblins.
That stuff's for your junior readers.
And here's something for junior reporters. Even a big story don't make good reading if you don't live to write it.
Yeah, take it easy, Casey. Take it easy. Maybe you'll find more up there than you expect. See you later, gentlemen.
You're not leaving out seeing Della.
No, I...
She's in the parlor. She likes you, son. She told me so in so many words. Most of them I don't understand.
What was the idea of chasing us last night?
That fresh young reporter from New York started it, and I had to go along to make it look right. What are you swapping about? I got you out of it, didn't I?
What fella are you talking about?
The one that stood next to Casey's daughter.
Oh, you mean the one that said my modus operandi was getting monotonous? Say, that was good. I almost busted out laughing.
He's from the New York Inquirer. Going to snoop around James County in Arapahoe. If he should stumble on the truth, that'd make fine copy for every newspaper in the country. In that case, I won't be able to get the settlers out, and you won't get paid.
Say, that's bad.
It's up to you to make it good. He's not coming back. Arapahoe Brown's next outrage is going to be the killing of a representative of a New York newspaper. And the press of the country will set up a fine howl.
And they'll back up us outraged citizens when we swarm in there and burn them settlers out.
I don't know whether you and that murderous scum of yours is going to pass for outraged citizens exactly. But I'm hoping for the best.
Just a minute. You're no Alice in Wonderland. Just because them monkeys built a few fences up there...
A few? They've cut up the rangeland for miles. And you know it. You've got your orders. Well, what are you waiting for?
I don't think Arapahoe's going to stand for having murder laid at his door.
Oh, is that so? Well, if Arapahoe wants to complain, let him come on in. And I'll have him hung for cattle rustling. I'm still a trifle smart, you know.
Just a trifle. Not too smart. Not smart enough to know that old bearded fellow you were riding around with last night was wrapped around himself.
Give me my watch.
Pop at him from all directions.
I don't seem to place your faces, but those masks sure look familiar.
Boost him up on his horse.
Mighty grateful to you fellas. Well, I wondered where you disappeared to. What are you doing up here?
I live here, but doggone if I don't think I'm going to move. These hills is getting all cluttered up with inquisitive strangers and cutthroats. Well, come on, son. Come over to my place. We'll get acquainted. And I can decide whether I was right or wrong and undangle you from that tree. Yep. Stop. Here, doggone you, Aggie. Stop scratching, will you? I won't take you out for your morning canter no more.
Where'd you get that?
Oh, I got a bad habit of picking up stray critters and dragging them home. You're my newest. Come on.
Say, you're quite a character. I may do a story on you for a little local color. You might make good copy.
There ain't no might about it. I'm the best darn copy you'll ever see, you half-baked cub reporter.
Yeah, well, what's your name?
Arapahoe Brown.
Rap, you should have been helping with the party while we're busy and all get out.
Where's the squeak?
In the menagerie, and mad and a wet hand.
Well, I was detained, Miss Smith. This here's Steve Blaine from New York City.
Land of Goshen, and me with a face full of nails. Howdy.
Well, what's the squeak and where's the menagerie?
Well, that's what folks calls my house on account of the wild critters I've gathered. Squeak's the only one that can't tame. Found her when she want no bigger than Aggie here. And squeaking something pitiful. Well, come on in and meet her. And don't forget to duck. That's Effie. Hey, Squeak! I'm home and I found something.
Whatever it is, we got one.
Darned if he ain't a beauty. Is he on for keeps?
No,
He just sort of saved my life, ma'am.
I had to protect my reputation. Them fellers is raising net again.
Why don't you go right down to the courthouse and prove you ain't no part of that outfit?
Them cattle barons might prove that I ain't above reproach.
Who says you ain't? Why, you're a good horse thief.
Is there any difference?
Depends on how you look at it.
I came up here for a story, Rap.
What I say don't matter.
Well, why don't you let me be the judge of that?
Sam Drummond's kind of off his feet, Rap.
Say, that's a skunk. Is it named after...
Richest man in Cheyenne. This here's Thad Fuller.
Is he in your story?
He's the beginning. I worked for Thad 20-odd years back. Drummond had a broken-down cow outfit near here he was stocking with stolen cattle. Thad figured he could get rid of him by changing the course of the stream.
The source of the water supply originated on Fuller's land, huh? Well, what happened?
Thad didn't figure on getting murdered.
Did Drummond get away with it?
Well, the law of retribution wasn't working good. But he got richer, and we up here got poorer. Then the settlers came. He started after them, and, well, they sort of elected me head thorn in the side of Sam Drummond.
This is all land grant up here. And he's trying to get us off by hook or crook.
Yeah, but don't forget, Squeak. I done a little hooking and crooking myself.
Sure, because us up here have a habit of getting hungry.
Yeah, special for a little steer meat. Well, that's all of it, son. Appears to me like you come a long ways for a short story.
You're wrong. This is a pretty fair yarn of persecution, Rapahoe. Providing you didn't stage that hanging.
Why, doggone your ornery hide. I knowed I should have let them varmints string you up. Now you get out of here before I throw you out.
Oh, hold on, Rap. This is my birthday, ain't it?
I don't know when's your birthday, and neither do you.
Well, I said today is it. And I'm having a dance party tonight to prove it. And I'm borrowing the loan of him as an escort.
But he as good as called me a liar.
Well, when put to it, you can falsify faster than a horse can trot.
Are you taking sides against me?
Now listen, Rap.
You're getting.
If you don't mind.
Oh, well, he is a disbelieving, ungrateful, low-down, lunk-headed, no good, but he's dressed nice. Oh, Rap, he's no worse than that pet skunk, and all the girls will just die of envy.
Yeah, he would set you off right pretty at that dance.
I think I'd rather...
It ain't what you'd rather, young feller. With me, it's what Squeak would rather. And by cracky, you're staying for the dance.
Miss Squeak, would you do me the honor of...
You're darn tootin', you big galoot. Just try and lose me.
It's ignominious, that's what it is. You know what that means? I give a signal to string 'em up. What happens? You dumb fools that wrap round, shoot 'em right down from under us. I'm giving it to you straight. I gotta have better support.
Someone's coming.
It is Rapp and his gang, all right. The young fellow's over at the menagerie.
We'll try another crack at 'em.
They're having a shindig.
Is it a huskin' bee?
Nah, just dancing.
Oh, nothing I like better than a huskin' bee. I gotta get that dude.
Might not be so easy. Rapp's keeping an eye on him.
You ain't intimidating that I can't handle that old bird.
You didn't do so good this afternoon. We better map our attack out careful.
Them hillbillies are scatter like chickens. And if Rapp was so all-fire smart, why didn't he do some of his fancy gunning when we was holding up the banquet party? He knew I knowed him. He stood there gaping, so scared his tooth was chattering. Come on.
Lose your horse in the Grand Trail back to Filet and lead. Swing your card a little bit hard, everybody swing. Alabama, you left and right, your partner right and left, and hurry up, boy, just don't be slow there, sticking in the red bag, picking up, go and meet your partner, walk slow. Meet your honey in a pattern on the head, she don't like biscuits, feed her cornbread, and chew motherfucker and squirt on the wall and swing that gal, she ain't too tall. She's too tall, just swing her anyhow. First couple out to the right and swing old Adam. Now, young even, now let 'em before you leave. Circle 4 and change the right hand lady to the left hand round and point to the right as she comes around. Circle balance, lead to the next and swing on at him. Now, young Eve. Now your partner before you leave. Circle 4 right there. Change the right hand lady to the left hand round, point to the right as she comes around. Steer your home and take a little dance. Swing your partner, everybody swing. Al, the man, you left and right, your partner right and left, and hurry up, boys, and don't be slow, and sit your meal, and mix your dough, and save a heel, and pat your toe, and meet your partner, and waltz the floor. Al, the man, left. Right, partner right and left, and hurry up, boys, and don't be slow, and sit your meal, and mix your dough, and meet your partner, and the reverse promenade. Hickory log and a bumper stump the whole floor, and everybody jumps up that hickory down, fine watch. Now that left with your left hand and back to your partner, go right, left, back. Spit, honey, and promenade. Here I come with the old mess wagon, hind wheel broken, the axle dragging. Spit, honey, reverse, promenade. Promenade, one and all, round the great big hall. Promenade, promenade, you know where, and I don't care. Mark that pretty girl in the chair.
Chance to get out, we'll match ye, bullet for bullet.
I want Steve Blaine. Send him out, or we'll come after him, women or no women.
Come and get him!
You've got to draw the fire away from these women.
Come back here. You ain't making no bullet bait out of yourself. Just keep following. Hey, come back here, you. Oh. Whacking my whiskers, huh?
That's all, boys. Orders is carried out.
With my technique, a donut would be a closed corporation compared to him.
We better get.
We're getting. And then this loony rides out through the gates all by himself.
Trying to get away, eh?
Oh, we lights out after him. We lets him ride himself ragged. And then when I gets him in juxtaposition...
That's pretty big word for you, Davidge.
Oh, I'm taking a correspondence course in grammar.
Improve your mind, eh?
Oh, no, my mind is all right. It's just that my talk is crummy. Well, I lets him have it with all six. And then just like you ordered, there ain't any more dude.
Davidge, I'm going to coach you now in a stirring account of how Arapahoe Brown shot down an innocent young man. And Pete, you hop over to the dispatch for Editor Casey.
Does that mean I'm going to get my name in the newspapers, too?
Certainly, of course. You're an eyewitness. Gentlemen, the cigars are on me.
That's Rapp's story, Tim, and I'm convinced it's true.
Proves itself. The best reason I know for shooting a man in the back is to avoid meeting him face to face.
Steve, why these men want to kill you?
To keep me from exposing Sam Drummond.
You've been making a scapegoat out of Rap Brown and fools out of all the rest of us. Me in particular. Here I've been persecuting an innocent old man, and a lot of poor souls trying to homestead a bit of land. May the saints forgive me.
Sam Drummond, leading citizen of Cheyenne, instigator of a reign of terror. Say, Tim, how's that for a headline?
Headline, is it? I'll spread it all over the sheet. Me telling you. Here I had a story right in my lap and I let you beat me to it. Oh, what's the matter with you, Timothy? You could have put the old sheet right out in front of those Eastern papers.
The dispatch is going to be out in front, Tim. Go ahead and break the story.
Oh, Steve, you let my Casey be first with you?
No, second. You're first.
I get out an extra. And when Drummond blows the dispatch building out from under me, the pieces of both me and the paper belong to Della. Oh, I'm about to have a visitor. Get out of sight, Steve, till I see what's what with this lad. Morning. What can I do for you?
Mr. Drummond wants you over to his office. He's got an item for your paper.
An item, is it?
That's what he calls it.
Oh. I'll be right over. And, since you've been doing a bit of legwork for the dispatch, here's the wherewithal to buy yourself a nip. The black heart of you. Steve. Drummond sent for me. He's a thirsty-looking individual. We'll have plenty of time to get there.
We?
Sure.
You will be safe?
Why not? If Drummond tries any of his tricks, Steve will be handy outside the door.
Oh, but Steve, he can't do nothing. He's dead.
But I can go in and haunt him.
That's bad business, Sam. You sure Rap killed the boy?
I seen it with my own eyes. It was the cruelest, cold-blooded murder I ever witnessed.
Tim, work this thing up big. The Eastern papers are short a copy. I want what I'm about to do to be thoroughly justified.
Would you be acting on your own initiative? I mean be ridding James County of Rap Brown and the settlers in your own way, sort of?
Precisely. I mean to take things in my own hands.
Not now. In second thought, maybe there's been too much shilly-shallying.
I'm afraid I'll have to use drastic methods.
Name your poison, you'll find me amenable.
You mean...
Amenable means he's on your side.
Don't you think you better get that murder in the...
Oh, I see you got your watch back.
Now look here, Casey.
No, not now. Not now do I want any explanations. I'm sure that some of the jobs that I laid at Rap's door might be a cause of a libel suit, but whatever's all right for Sam Drummond is all right for me.
You old fox. Here I've been handling you with kid gloves, thinking that you wouldn't play ball with me.
You've got 2 strikes on me. You're a big man in this town. I'd be a fool not to swing at what's tossed at me.
Good. Then get to work. Plaster this murder of Steve Blaine all over page 1. I want public sentiment against Arapahoe Brown raised to the boiling point.
You're going to ride into James County?
Without delay. We'll kill and burn those settlers out of there. But it will be your business to make the public believe that a just and irate band of cattlemen rid this territory of cattle thieves and murderers.
Man alive. You're the most magnificent scoundrel it's ever been me good fortune to meet.
And you'll stand by me, eh, Tim?
I'll write you a story that'll surprise you. And it'll be a lollapalooza, me fine bucko. For it'll be the story of your merciless persecution of Arapahoe Brown.
He's trapped you into shooting off your mouth.
Not now. Now's the time. Did you miss anything?
Not a word.
You could have knocked me over with a feather.
I haven't got a feather.
Do like I say, boy. Get out of Cheyenne.
Well, this yarn just started. You don't think I'm going to let you scoop me on the finish, do you?
You too. You talk and write newspapers while all the time Drummond, he don't stand idle.
If Drummond's got a leg to stand on, he's probably using it to get out of town.
Have a look at it.
Oh, you're both in bad danger. Please don't do this. Steve, you won't let nothing happen to my Casey.
No, let the boy alone. Go and play the piano or something.
Oh.
I think it's the Dolores Casino side that's scared. I'm banking on the side that's Della Casey.
Me, I am scared on both sides. Casey! Oh, they killed my Casey!
It takes better than the likes of them to kill an Irishman, or does it?
It's a cinch this town is crawling with Grumman's gunmen. If they find out he's still alive, they'll make it their business to finish him off. We've got to get out.
But the sheriff, the lawman, won't he help us?
Oh, he's probably one of Drummond's men.
Where do we go?
We'll go to James County and Arapahoe.
Oh, no, my Casey too badly hurt. He'll die on the way.
Well, we've got to take that chance.
You blundering fool. Blaine is even more important than Casey. Where are your men now?
Down at the livery stable.
Get them all over town, the post office, the telegraph. Watch every road. If this story gets out, it's going to be tough.
Suppose he does make a run for it.
Let him go. We'll follow him. When he gets out into the country,
I got you.
Come on, hurry.
Suppose they leave on the train.
Stick it up. You've done it before.
You patch him up the best you can, and I'll come back for you.
Hey, anybody here?
All right, get going. Let's get this straight. After we take care of the dude and the girl, how long do we have to wait before we sail into James County? There'll be a big gang coming in on the train tomorrow. When they get here, we go. The sooner the better. We'll burn everything in sight. Remember, there's $50 a head for every man you kill.
No limit, boys. Open season in James County.
Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for the liveryman.
I'm him. That's the Horseshoe Pitching team out there. What do you want?
I want to hire a team in a wagon. I've got to get my wife to her mother. She's...
Oh, no wonder you look scared. No time to lose, huh? Help me harness up. Congratulations, young feller.
I gotta get a Smithy's liver stable. It's very important.
Don't blame you, brother. It's soft as sleeping in the hay than on one of my tables.
Young feller hired a team. Said his wife was sick.
His wife? Your grandmother.
Who?
That road leads through Walker Pass. They can't get off it. Let's get drumming.
you're a caution. What are you doing?
I'm a Paul Revering for Rap. He wants every man rounded up and over at the menagerie.
What for?
He's holding a meeting. Gonna ride out and get them drumming buzzards.
For what?
They stole my feller
Steve Blaine? You reckon they killed him?
and broke my heart. And I was aiming on getting Parson Rigby to hitch me to him proper.
Why, Squeak, you didn't even know the young man.
Well, marrying him was a darn good way of getting acquainted.
Come on, boys. We're going to Rap.
It's my romance feller!
I've got to have help for a wounded man.
Bring him in, Paul.
Oh, please help me. Those men, they follow us. Maybe they come here. Hurry, please, hurry quickly.
Take him in the bedroom. I'll get some hot water and bandages.
Is this more of Drummond's work? It's only the beginning.
I'd have bet my socks the skunks killed you last time.
They aim to do it this time. You in trouble, Blaine? Me and all of James County. Drummond and his men are on their way up here now. I just shook them off a few miles back. If they trail you here, we might be able to hold them till somebody gets Rapp and his men. Here they come. Get your guns, boys.
Blast him out of there! Take some men and get around back. Come on!
Rap and the boys are at the ranch.
I think I can get to him.
Make a break for it, Steve. Out back.
Ram is shooting.
Steve, I can't let you do this. Don't leave me alone.
Squeak. She's awful afraid. Squeak, take care of her for me, will you?
I can stand losing you, but shucks, why does she have to be so gall darn purty? Oh, no, you don't, boys. 3 again 1, that's cheating.
Our guns is our calling cards. Every man jack of us is riding straight into Cheyenne to visit Sam Drummond. Jump in, hop toads, it's Steve.
You won't have to go to Cheyenne, Rap. Drummond and his men are shooting up the Whipple place.
Why, that low-down murdering... Well, what are we waiting here for? Come on.
Get the wounded man out.
edition of Sam Drummond and his Associates.
Squeak, when you learn how to spell, I'll give you a byline.
Hey, Steve. This darn seal's gone haywire again.
Rap, that's the 14th Notary Public seal you've broken. What have you been doing with them?
Brandon cattle.
The society column, eh?
Let me have a look at that. She's my protege, you know. What kind of talk is this?
I write him in Spanish.
Can you figure that out?
Well, I'm not very good at Spanish, but Miss Dolores Casino, having retired from the stage, wishes to announce her affiliation with the Dispatch and her subsequent engagement to Stephen Blaine.
Oh, no, that last part, she's not there.
We'll put it in. I'm the editor.
You know what, Stephen? I think maybe you edit Spanish like the Dickens.
Well, you didn't expect to see me through here today, did you? Well, a little snow won't stop this old covered wagon.
What's the wonder to me you ever got this far?
Easy. How about a little gas?
You don't really mean you're going to try to go on?
Sure. Come on, fill up.
Gus, you're taking an awful chance. They ain't better freight us through here in 3 days.
Waiter, say you don't know my bus. When I ran out of Duluth...
Now, listen. They tell me there's drifts up on the flat 6 and 8 feet deep.
Say, this old snowplow of mine will go through them drifts like they was paper. Come on, fill her up.
I reckon you know your own business.
Yep.
How do you expect to get out of this, I'd like to know?
Well, this is a well-known and justly famous wide-open space.
Yes, the men are men.
Yeah, and women are glad of it.
Oh, hello there.
Hey, get rid of that cigarette. What do you want to do, blow us all up?
Well, what of it? Who cares?
Well, I see you on your way back.
Yep.
You the one you went after?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you taking her to?
You tell him, Mr. Regan, why don't you?
I knew that woman was a criminal. The man with her is the police officer.
Oh, don't mind me.
I don't mind you, but I don't like to travel in the same spots as you travel. That'll be enough out of you. Well, hey, do you know who I am? Who cares? Oh, folks, well, I can. What? Please, please. We've all got to travel together. Let's all be friends.
Me a friend of that?
Oh, why don't you pipe down?
Try and make me.
Well, folks, if you'll all hop aboard, we'll be on our way.
My, isn't it cold?
Yes, it's too cold. Everything's wrong. Now, certainly we'll be glad when we reach the railroad. 35 gallons.
Oh, shut up. Get in.
Well, I'll get in as soon as I'm ready, and you too. You don't mean to say you're going to try to go on?
Why, certainly. This ain't nothing to when I run out of Duluth.
Well, don't ever say I didn't warn you.
Okay, Pete. So long.
Bye-bye.
Baby, I would like it to let me change my mind. Shirley. Thanks.
That's the spirit.
Don't be so busy with your hands.
You're sure a funny kid. Hey, driver, can't you be a little bit more careful? Please.
Don't worry, mister. You're as safe with me as a babe would be in its mother's arms.
Hey, Gus, shut off the comedy, will you, and keep your eyes on the road?
I say, driver, are you sure this road is perfectly safe? Do you know it's a perfect outrage that there isn't a railroad through this part of the country? I can't stand it. It's priceless. You're safer with me than you'd be on any railroad, mister. Why, when I ran out of Duluth...
You mean when they ran you out of Duluth?
That's a good one.
Wouldn't bother you very much about Duluth?
Certainly not.
Thank you.
You don't mind, do you? No. Give me a cigarette, will you?
I'm sorry I don't smoke it.
Smoke? Thanks, kid. You're all right. How far are you going? Chicago. Going visiting? Well, no, not exactly. Going to meet the boyfriend. Are you married? No, not yet. Oh, I see. Is he nice? You're a sweet kid at that.
Hey, look here, driver. I think you ought to turn back. It's getting worse. It's all right. We'll get through all right.
Yes, brother. Yeah. So I see. What does that mean? Well, it means that, here we are. Yes. So I see. Leave it to Gus and his bus and he'll get you through. And here we are.
Yeah, and
here we are.
that we're not going any further than this?
Well, not for a little while yet.
Well, what am I going to do? I've got to get to North Fork to reach the limited.
Well, what are you going to do about it?
What are we going to do?
How far is it to the nearest town? Oh, not very far. Only about 40 miles.
Looks like a house over there.
Where?
Must be a schoolhouse. Or a church.
Well, how far is that, you suppose? Oh, not very far. No, I think we'd better make for it. Looks to me like there was a storm coming up. And if we stay around here, we'll all freeze. Come on, let's go.
Frozen now. Let's get out of here.
And I guess so. A nice way to get passes on your own bus, I must say. Wait. Oh, Kent. Let it lick you.
Oh, I'm okay.
Well, it ain't so bad after all, is it?
Oh, it's terrible. Terrible.
Good thing we haven't much further to go. You're right. Everybody's about all in.
I don't think we'll be able to make it.
We'll get there in a minute. Don't give up now. Well, here we are. Hope you can get it. Good night and morning. Come
Thank heaven it's warm anyhow.
You've got right manners. Certainly brung up well. Oh, dear. I'm so cold. I want to go home. It's all right, baby. You'll get good and warm now.
Well. Ain't this a nice, cozy place? I told you folks it'd be all right. You know, when I ran out of Duluth... Oh, why don't you shut up? Take your hat off. You fathead. You're in church now, not at home. Well, that goes for you, too. I wouldn't get too close to that fire if I were you. And look out for Tuesday.
I'll listen.
Yeah, you would. Shut the door. Shut the door.
Did you say
You speak. Must be somebody here. The fire wouldn't be burned. What the heck? What's the... Hey, you, shut the door, will you? Oh, yes, pardon me. I forgot to shut the door. Well, I didn't know this was Sunday. Why the congregation? Why, we had an accident. The bus broke down.
And it was due to the carelessness of that.
Well, you see, it was like this. We thought we could make it to North Fork to get the trade. This was pretty heavy, and we flung off the road. So here we are. How far'd you get?
Oh, a couple of miles out in the flats.
Oh, just a couple of miles out in the flats, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you had a pretty close call. And you ain't out of it yet.
Oh, that's all right, folks. Leave it to me.
Leave it to you. Uh-huh.
Well, you certainly did a good job of it. Oh, you're the driver, eh?
Yeah, that's me. Smiling Gus Engstrom. Always bring him in safe.
You start out on that trip when this big storm's coming up?
Why, for sure.
Oh, yeah. sure. Well, I shall certainly write to the president of the stage line and inform him of what has occurred. The whole thing's unheard of. And, how did you get here, may I ask? This ain't your regular home, is it?
No, not regular. I just sort of dropped in here.
You mean you're a hobo?
Certainly. What are you?
Well, my name is J. Milton Hendrickson, if you must know, and I'm the 5th Vice President of the Citizens Trust.
That's it, right? I had him picked for a big guy all the time.
Yeah, about 225 pounds worth.
How's business? Now, buddy, you're nice and plump, ain't you?
That's me, sir. Smile and gun. And that's my motto. Laugh and grow fat.
Mm-hmm. Well, right here's where you start your diet, boy.
You can starve them to death as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, put that down. You hear me? You ain't deaf, are you? Put that down.
What for? I'm hungry.
Listen, let's not have any argument, see? Just do what I'm telling you.
And my dear man, don't worry. I'll pay you for these.
With what?
Right here. Right there.
Put that down or I'll flatten you.
Oh, now, gentlemen, please, police. You know there's a law in this country to protect its citizens from ruffians like you, Wyatt.
Oh, yeah? Why don't you call a cop? Go on, blow your whistle. Listen, you're a long ways from a cop, so pipe down.
How far from a cop?
Listen, buddy, that gag don't mean no more to me than his dough does. So don't start nothing.
No.
No.
I suppose you think you're going to flatten me, too. Huh?
Well, eat it and find out.
Ah, folks, please, don't let's have no more trouble. Here we are all nice and cozy and homey. Now let's kiss and make up. What do you say?
All right, Sunshine. I will at Beaver. You want another one?
Now, folks, please, police.
Will you please stop fighting and get me something to eat?
Now, there you are. That's the first sensible thing that's been said since you've been here. Now, will you all listen and get some sense? See that food? As far as you're concerned, that's all the food there is in the world. And it's mine.
You don't mean to say you're going to go there.
Keep it then.
Ah, now, wait a minute. Let's wait till it gets through.
Now, listen. I'm going to split with you, but remember this. That may have to last us 10 days or more. Do you get that?
Oh, you can't keep me here that long.
10 days?
No.
But I've got to get
listen,
home. My
folks.
folks expect me.
Folks, I can get you through if you'll only let me.
Well, when I run out of Duluth, listen, buddy, you ain't in Duluth.
But do you mean to... Here, I'd like to talk.
Yeah?
You seem to be a pretty wise guy. Just how serious is this?
Pretty serious.
And you figure we're going to be here for a 10-day stretch?
Well, I don't know just what stretch means, but we're going to be here for 10 days or more.
Oh, you don't know what stretch means.
Never heard of it.
Local Joe, get straight. 10 days before I join the old folks at Albany.
What Albany?
Is there more than one?
Oh. So you're the big, brave man that takes naughty little girls back to the pen, huh?
Yep, I'm the boy, and I always get them.
Mm-hmm.
I generally finish what I start out to do.
Well, ain't that dandy?
And I'm not surprised if I have to see you someplace before.
Well, maybe you have. Who can tell?
Maybe one of these days I'll be taking you home to room.
Maybe you will.
Maybe I will.
Maybe.
Maybe. So you've been over the bump, huh?
Plenty.
What's your name?
Billy,
Billy what?
that's enough for you. What's yours?
Bill.
Bill what?
That's enough for you.
Well, we'll get along, big boy.
You're all right, baby. Yes, sir, you're all right. All that lousy luck. Oh, cheer up, mister. It'll be all right. We'll get out of here someday. Hey, I'll sing you a little song. Cheer you up, huh? Right. My mother was a lady, and that you will allow. And you may have a sister who needs protection now. I came to this big city to seek my brother dear. You would not dare insult me, sir, if Jack were only here.
Say, Bluebird, don't you know any old ones?
Yeah, mister, know a lot of them. You want to hear one?
Oh, all right.
Okay. Mid pleasures and palaces, so we may roam. Ah, dry up, will you?
Shut up, can't you? I haven't steak. I can't stand it.
Well, Mike will give us all a willy. That's right, I was just thinking. Well? Well, what? Well, I think we got a lot to be thankful for. Might be a lot worse. Yeah? We might all have been twins. Yeah, that's right. What's the idea? I'm just making 10 days' rations out of 5. That's the idea. I see. Well, it's nourishing food anyway. All the Humpty Dumpty mobs I've ever seen in my life, you birds take all the blue ribbons. Look at this place. Looks like a lousy hog waller. Why don't you get up and do something?
Say, I know. It's a football coach.
Stop clowning and get some pep, will you?
He's right. You can at least go outside and get a breath of fresh air.
Sure, we get out and get the old blood running. Come on, Whitey, let's get going.
You go ahead, General Pershing. I'm very comfortable.
Listen, come on, unwind yourself and get out of there, will you? If we don't get some exercise, we're going to all go screwy.
All right, you great enormous man. You insist upon being Barrel, I'll have to give in. Give me a slim. I must recommend this diet to my girlfriends in the junior league. We had such a time with our figures.
Yeah. Hey, That goes for you birds, too. You know, the girls won't play rough. Come on, off the lid. And if it gets to the point where we have to eat each other, I know who I'm going to pick on first.
Did he mean me? Sure he did. And if you're as tough as you're dumb, you'll make a lousy meal, I can say that. I hope so. Hey, Gus. Yeah? How's your health? Me? Oh, I'm 100%. You're all right, are you? Yeah. That's fine. I think I can use you for dessert. Hey, what? Say, you can't do that now. You heard me. No, but listen, say. No, I wasn't kidding you. Oh, you wouldn't do that to me, Dan. Come on, outside. All right. I'm not gonna hurt you any.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did the big fat guy get down here? Look at him standing up there. Here we go now. Isn't that fun? You're liable to get all tired out doing that. That's a lot better than sitting around that old church, isn't it?
Oh! Oh! If you drop me...
I'm not going to. No, I'm not going to let you fall. Don't worry.
Don't you let me go.
I'm not going to. Here we go. That's better than sitting around that old church. Holy! Hey, what's the idea, you big hard head? Hey! Keep your dirty hands off that dame. For who? For me. Oh, yeah? Yeah. Looks to me, brother, that we're going to be stuck around here for quite a while. And before we get out of this place, you and I are going through it just as sure as... Well, the sooner the better. I never did like cops anyhow. Yeah, I could see that in a minute. I want you to lay off this kid, though.
I suppose you think she's your dame.
Well, maybe she is and maybe she ain't. If that's any of your business, maybe. Maybe.
Listen, you birds. The both of you. I ain't nobody's dame. Get that?
You had the kid being killed. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Give me a hand. Give me a hand. Easy. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. We all be in here now. Are you all right? Come on. Let's try to count. We all be in here. Oh, what can I do? Anything? Get out of the road. Come on. I don't know what to do. Well, we think they're all right. Come on, run. Keep yourself warm. Come on. Get in here, the stove. Come on. Boy, that's the coldest I've been since I left you. A pretty good guy at that cold. Get in here. Take him back.
The bomber's right. Yeah, what's that? Golly, that's stiff. Well, we got her out all right. Yeah, we got her out all right. I put some more wood in the fire. I don't know what you guys are doing around here without me. What are we going to do with you? Either sit down here and get out of those wet clothes. Put your foot up. Yep. That's the boy. Not very cold, are you? Oh, I feel fine now. I wish you'd tell those girls to be quiet. Oh, quit rapping. Keep quiet yourself. Yeah. Come on, get that back down, sir. Yep. All right, snap it up. Get that shirt back. There we go. Hey, Dan. Dan.
Yeah?
Hurry up with that axe, will you? I want to cut this bird's socks off.
Oh, he wears socks, does he?
Yeah, and for a long time.
That's just what I was thinking.
Oh, gentlemen, you're kidding me now. Yeah, on the square. All right, boy, all right. It's cold at that. Yeah, it's bad, yeah.
Oh, shut up, all of you. Save that strength. You'll probably need a little later.
That ought to warm you up a little bit. Well, you're not quite so cold now, huh?
Oh, I'm not cold now.
No, that's good. Let's see the hands. Oh, you're not cold and they're like ice. Shame on you. We'll fix them up here in a minute. Gee whiz, you sure have got pretty hands.
Thank you. It's awfully nice of you to rub them for me.
Well, we got to keep 'em warm. How's the other one? Oh, both just the same. We'll fix them up, though. Now, wait a minute. You got to keep that up there. That's where you catch cold. There. Now, how you puppy? The little puppies down here. They cold?
They're all right.
Well, we'll just wrap them up in this wool coat, keep them nice and warm. There.
I want to talk to you.
Me?
Yes, you. Come over here. Excuse us, kid. Certainly.
All right. Tuck that right back in there and all nice and comfy.
Thank you. Oh, look. It's snowing again.
Yes, it would be. What's the matter, Whitey?
You keep away from that kid, understand?
What do you mean?
You heard me. Keep away from that girl. She's a nice girl.
Well, gee whiz, I didn't say she wasn't, did I?
Never mind the scolding. You do what I tell you. Keep away from her.
Well, but I was only...
I saw what you were doing. You don't have to explain to me.
Oh, I see.
Oh, you do, huh?
Sure, plenty.
Well, you listen to what I told you.
Well, what are you getting all excited about? Didn't you just tell us down there on the lake that you wasn't nobody's name? Hmm?
Well, can a dame change her mind?
wake you up. Oh, no? Don't these dames wear the shortest skirt? Hey, brother. Yeah? I'd like to have a word with you. All right. Yep. Dames definitely wear them short nowadays. But who elected you the job of pulling them down? I do my own elections, buddy. I want you to keep your dirty hands off that girl. Yeah? Yeah. And I'm thinking that if she needs a nurse to... You know what I mean? I'm the fella, see? Mm-hmm. And she's my prisoner. Until I get a receipt for her. Ain't you a fine excuse for a man? Mr. Egan the Bull. Mr. Egan will have his name in the papers, huh? You lousy hood, you. He brought back a notorious bandit. Mr. Egan always gets his girl. Hey, did you ever try bringing a man back? Hey, listen. If it wasn't for those 2 dames being asleep there, I'd mop up the floor with you so fast you'd... Mm-hmm. And you're taking her back for another year in that pen, huh? Maybe 2 for jailbreaking. Mr. Egan the Bloodhound. Ain't he proud of himself? Go ahead, fella. Rub it in. Rub it in good. Just a copper who's stuck on his prisoner, huh? Well, listen, boy, there's 2 of us now. I'll drill a hole through you if you lay your hands on that kid. Well, now, maybe she'll have something to say about that. Maybe she will. Well, now we know where we stand on that, don't we? I guess we do. And you're a long way from having that kid back in that pen, Mr. Egan. And maybe by the time we'll get out of here, I'm not so sure that I won't be taking you both back. Get that? Listen, we're just as close to the pen now as we're ever going to be. Do you get that? Maybe. And this time I don't mean maybe. Oh. Yeah.
It's getting terribly cold here.
Oh, we'll put some more wood on here. Better go easy with that wood. You heard the lady say she was cold, didn't you? Well, using it up at this rate ain't anything. What you feel like this time tomorrow?
Oh, I believe it left to the mark take care of the snow. Maybe there won't be any tomorrow for us. That's something to think about. And who cares anyway?
Something for heaven's sake, will you? Well, what's on the menu today, Chef?
1 can of extra fine split pea soup.
Split pea is right. But 6 ways. What are we going to have for dessert? Snowballs?
Hey, Bill?
What?
Couldn't you let me have just 1 puff on that cigarette of ours? I'm awful jumpy.
I'm sorry, Jack, but you know the rules. You ain't feeling no better tonight. I might give you 1 little puff off of this last one.
Be all, Jack. Here's what I say.
Thanks. You know that bird would take candy from a baby.
Shut up. Listen.
Oh, she's hearing things again.
Do you hear it? Do you hear it?
Oh, I don't hear much. The cry of the banshee, I'm thinking. My gosh, I hear something at that. Oh, it's the growling of your empty stomach.
Listen. It's a plane.
My gosh, it is. Let's see if we can flag it.
Where don't you go? on, let's go back in where we belong. Come on, dear. Well, say, folks, I've got a hunch that we'll be out of here by tomorrow night. Give us that help.
You think so, Gus?
Well, sure he will. What a lot of fatheads we are trying to signal that plane, and we can't even see him. Well, he can see us. We're down here against the snow. Yeah, we're down the snow. No, the last time I ran out to run all right. Last night it was a fancy hop. We stayed until the moon had gone. The music it did stop. And off to a restaurant we went, the finest in the street. She said she wasn't hungry, but this is what she eats. A dozen raw, a plate of slaw, a chicken and some roast, some applesauce, asparagus, and soft shell crabs on toast, and oyster stew, the crackers too. I sure was out of luck. When she called for pie, I thought that I'd die, for I only had half a buck.
Ain't that a fine thing to sing? Why didn't you sing that before we run out of food?
Mary's song. That's the best you can do?
If I'd known he was going to sing that, I'd have never played it.
Maybe the world to your mother, Gussie, but it's just a pain in the neck to me.
Well, come on, Dan. I ain't ever seen a copper yet that didn't think he had a great voice. Sing something about iron bars do not a prison make. You'll be hearing a lot more of that, you lad, before we get through. Yeah? Yeah? Well, you've all done a turn. I guess it's up to me. You know, my mother used to think I had a fine singing voice. So I'll do my turn. Let's see, father was a cop and... Well, hey, kid, you know this one? You're just a lousy bitch. That's the one.
kid. What are we going to do about it?
Nothing.
I ain't put that easy.
What can we do?
Whitey, do you think enough of me to try and beat it?
I think too much of it.
Oh, I don't get you.
Oh, I'd like to in the worst way. But I can't do it, though.
Why?
What would I feel like? Letting you risk your freedom to get me out of a jam. If they caught us, you'd be sent up along with us.
Is that why you don't want to go?
Darling, if you can't take care of yourself, I'd rather do it for you, see?
I'll tell you something, Whitey, that I ain't ever told anybody. You think I'm a hobo, don't you? Well, I'm more, too. I'm hiding out right now.
You're kidding.
No, there ain't no such luck. They want me now back in St. Paul.
So we're in the same boat.
Well, that ought to make things a little different then.
I guess so.
Well, what do you want, buddy?
What are you two doing? Playing post office?
Well, if we was, there wouldn't be no letter for you. That was a close call, wasn't it?
Do you think he heard us?
Oh, I don't think so with that music going on.
I think the music has stopped.
Yeah?
You know, he's not a bad egg at that.
Oh, I guess he's all right, but... What about giving him the slip?
Whatever you say, fella.
Tonight?
The sooner the better.
Well, about 10 miles back of here, over them hills, is a ranger station. And if we have any kind of luck at all, we can make it by morning.
We'll get away while they're asleep.
Yeah. The only chance we got, darling. And I think we got it coming to us, don't you?
Sure we have. Of course. We don't owe them a thing, do we?
We don't owe them nothing. Anyhow, it's a lot better than sitting around here like a couple of rats waiting to die, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. Darling, I'm with you as far as you want to go.
That's a baby.
What's the matter with her? Oh, the poor kid. Pick her up, pick her up, pick her up. Pick her up.
Come over here, fellas. I'll fix the bed
That's all right. Poor little thing. Well, she went out like a light.
Why don't you go back to the sofa?
I'll get it, I'll get it. Here we are.
You ain't getting cold feet, are you?
No, no. I ain't getting cold feet.
Well, we can't stop now. She'll be all right.
Oh, you think she's this one?
Oh, she'll pull through all right. Don't worry about her.
Oh, God, I hope so.
Well, as we said before, we got to think about ourselves this time.
Darling, they can take care of her as well as we can, can't they?
Certainly they can.
Larry, just wait a little longer. Oh, I love you so much, Larry. Oh, driving me crazy.
Come on, kid, now. Come on, get together.
I've got as much right to my man as she has, haven't I? All right, but the cold going right through me.
Come on now, keep the old pep up. We'll get warmed up in a minute. You've got to forget her, too. We got enough trouble of our own now.
I'll say, but I can't forget that kid's face.
Well, the way I'm thinking, it's either her or us.
Oh, they can take care of her. She don't mean anything to us.
Of course you don't. Well, which is it going to be?
I'm with you, darling, till the end.
All right, Kitty.
Do you hear anything?
No.
Don't you hear it? It sounds like a...
Oh, baby, I guess you just hear him sing.
Do you hear it now?
Yeah, I do hear something.
It's coming this way. It's getting louder. Do you see it? Do you see it?
Yeah, I do see it. And that ain't no mail plane either. He's certain.
They're looking for us.
Well, this is two babies he ain't gonna find.
Do you think they'll hear inside?
Well, that's their lookout. Come on.
Oh, no use kidding ourselves. They'll never hear us.
That's their hard luck, ain't it?
I guess it's no use getting the chicken home.
There ain't none of them in there that'll do nothing for us, is there?
Don't I know? What's the matter?
Oh, I can't go on, kid. I guess I'm just yellow.
Well, then we're both done.
Do you really feel that way?
Uh-huh.
We gotta give them a chance to live the same as ourselves, ain't we?
Got 'em. Sure we do.
Get a hold of that bell rope and give it all you've got. Come on, come here. Like a penguin. Come on. Get him out of the motor. Get him out of the motor, Blaine. Oh. Blaine, I've got a man here. Stick it on there. All right. Fire! Oh, yeah. Good. Now you'll see that. Fire! 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 Oh! Come on, down! Come on, down! You'll see it all right. Come on, let's get it. All right, kids. All right, never mind that. Where? Look. Where? Oh, there, kid. Go on then. Hurry up, hurry. Man, give it to me. All right. Come on, man, it's all.
Out of here before long now.
Look! There it comes. Here it goes. See it? He's coming up over the hill. See it? That's it. I knew what we're saying. See? A tractor's coming over the hill. We just saw it. Did you hear it? Yeah. We just saw it. We're going out to meet it. Right to him. Come on. Hold tight, John.
Well, now it is over.
What do you mean it's all over?
Well, ain't it?
No, it ain't. We've just started. And we got a long ways to go.
What do you mean?
We found something out there last night in the snow, and we ain't gonna lose it. You and me's got time to do, and we're gonna do it.
And that's that.
After that, we're going on. But together.
Dan, you've dropped your papers. If you don't mind, you can just drop me off in St. Paul.
In return for opening up this virgin territory, the government is granting us land. But we want freight, not land. So to hasten settlement, we propose to turn these fertile acres over to you and other competent farmers. As the government will not grant pass to us until after the land is developed, I cannot give you a deed immediately. However, this option is your guarantee that after you've properly developed the land, you can buy it for a nominal price. Not more than $3 per acre.
$100 an acre.
Well, let's go to Hillman and find out.
That's just in case some settlers fail to take up their options. Now that we've accepted title from the government, we can't risk having to pay taxes on any land that's unoccupied.
Then this $100 business is just for outsiders.
Certainly. Any of you settlers who want to stay, just send your options to my office in St. Louis.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Krager. You can't blame us for being worried.
First, I want to thank Mr. and Mrs. Davis here for arranging this meeting for me, a total stranger. I'm a lawyer, but my father was a farmer. When I read about this outrageous swindle in the St. Louis papers, I was furious and came straight here to offer my help.
It's mighty nice of you, Mr. Sloan, but we ain't got much money.
You don't have to worry about my fee, because except for your goodwill, there won't be any.
As it appears that the railroad had no title to the property at the time it issued the options, it is therefore my judgment that these options are valueless, and the settlers have no rights in the lands which they develop.
That is my legal opinion.
But my private opinion is that the men who perpetrated this are the dad-blamed set of swindlers still unhung.
That means pay up within 30 days or get out.
That means $16,000, mister. We ain't never seen that much money.
You better start looking, old lady.
While I'm preparing an appeal, I most earnestly plead with you not to resort to violence, as it'll only turn public sentiment against us.
An appeal? What good's an appeal going to do?
By jingo, I'll fight before they run me off my farm.
What you need is a fighting leader.
Who are we going to get?
Unfortunately, being a county official, I can't serve. But there used to be a feller back before you come here who fought the railroad tooth and nail for condemning the best farmlands for its danged old right-of-way.
Then where is he? Who are you talking about?
What if I did say it? I was talking too much.
But sheriff.
That's just it. I'm the sheriff. And if he comes back here, he'd be risking his neck, and it's my job to put a noose around him. But by cracky, I'll do it. Maybe I can get rid of that noose someplace. Got paper? Got a pen?
Sure.
I'll get it out here.
Right here, Sheriff.
I'll show them fellas a thing or two, by cracky.
I'd like to take up the option on the Davis place.
Why, yes. I'm Krager, Mr. Carson. This transaction you're speaking of will have to be in cash, you know. $16,000.
Yes, I know. I want the deed made out in Davis's name.
Davis's name?
Charlie Davis is kin to me, and I just don't want to see him lose his farm, that's all.
Seems to be all right, Mr. Collins. Get the papers and we'll make out the deed.
Jesse James? What do you mean, Jesse James?
Jesse James just rode into town.
He did? Why, that darn fool.
Come on. There he is. That's Jesse James. Arrest him. And don't forget I claimed a $10,000 reward. If there is that much money.
Does he mean me? I've heard tell of Jesse James, but why me? My name's Clint Burns.
Look here, Jesse. Are you forgetting I'm the sheriff? Coming to town in broad daylight like this?
I ain't forgetting nothing. I never saw you before in my life.
Well, I've seen you. Don't make me use this. Come along.
Well, I'll go along if you say so, but...
Do you mind witnessing it, Mr. Krager? Now, if you'll just get this deed recorded, the deal will be completed.
All right, I'll do that.
Krager, come here. Look at this. Here, Y74369, and here, Y74369. This is a list of serial numbers furnished to us by the bank from St. Louis.
The money that was stolen off the train?
Yes.
That's where I've seen that man before. That fellow Carson. That was Jesse James.
We just got Jesse James.
What do you mean, got him?
He's locked up over at the jail right now.
That's quick work.
I want my reward. Oh.
Don't look at me like that, Jesse. When I wrote you, I figured you'd have sense enough to keep out of my sight.
What do you mean, your sight? You're as blind as a bat. Let me out of here.
Where's Jesse James?
Want to see him?
You bet I want to see him. Where's the rest of the money he stole off my train?
Funny, you didn't tell me. Hey, you sure do seem right at home in this jail, Mr. Krieger.
I want my reward.
What do you mean, Jesse James? This isn't Jesse James.
Huh? Who ain't Jesse James?
I ain't. Jesse James was clean shaven 5 minutes ago. You ought to know that a man can't grow a 4 days beard in 5 minutes, you old goat.
And who are you, anyhow?
I'm Clint Burns, the best poker player in Missouri.
Whoever he isn't the man who just bought the Davis farm. Come on, Sheriff, let's get out of here.
You ain't going no place, not yet.
Hey!
Oh, shut up. You've caused enough trouble already. Besides, I think maybe you're a material witness or something.
I knew there wasn't that much money in the world.
Easy, son. The sheriff's with him.
Hi, Charlie.
Hello, Sheriff.
How's things been going?
All right.
Morning, Emmy.
What brung you here, Sheriff?
I reckon you know, Emmy. Another cup of your buttermilk, of course.
You know a man named Carson?
Carson? No, I never heard of him.
No? Then maybe you haven't got a deed to this place.
You're darn tootin' I've got a deed. Oh, you don't. That's mine. Sealed and recorded, and I'm hanging on to it.
Now, watch out you don't hang with it. That was bought with stolen money. You know who bought it? Jesse James. Where is he?
We don't know nothing about Jesse James. Now, you get moving, Krieger, before I lose my temper.
And sure was good buttermilk. Sort of takes a bad taste out of a man's mouth. That's the right idea. You got your deed and you got your guns. Keep them both handy when that wolf's around. Bye, Emmy. What are you yelling about? Claimed the land was worth $100 an acre, and that's what you got paid for it.
Well, you better get busy and capture that bandit, or I'll bring some people in here at will.
Yeah? Won't be the first time that's been tried, but they ain't never got Jesse James yet. And if I was you, I'd be watching that bank of yours. He may be holding it up right now.
Everything seems to be quiet.
Yep, I reckon it is.
Where are you going?
Going to bed. Turn near 9 o'clock.
Wait a minute. I want to take a look inside and be sure.
What's the matter, Krieger? You getting spooky?
Sorry, Sheriff.
You have to take that. There's only one other like it in the country.
And you better start looking for that other one. Now, if you two will just sit tight, nobody will get hurt.
Too late.
Yeah. When I saw Jesse, I suspicioned that.
What are you going to do? Just stand there?
Nope. Gonna go let that feller Clint Burns out.
Clint Burns? Oh, yes. Well, good night, Sheriff.
I know you can't be in two places at once, doggone it, but I just swore you was Jesse James.
I'll give you more than that to swear about if you pull a trick like this on me again. Fine sheriff you are. You ain't even got a gun.
Huh?
Burns. Why not? Some nights you'll be just a gambler. And other nights you and your gang will be out making every farmer in this county anxious to collect that reward.
You mean I'm to do all this burning and shooting so they'll be out to get the real Jesse?
Exactly. So long as the sheriff and the rest of these yokels look upon Jesse James as a plaster saint, I can never stop him. But you're the one man who can change all that.
It's a deal. You furnish the cash and I'll furnish the trouble.
Must be the bank over there. You'd better go talk to him, Polly. I'll see what the sheriff has to say about the famous Jesse James.
A week ago you were complaining you couldn't possibly pay. Now you walk in here at $9,000.
Well, it's good money, ain't it? Can't deny that, Traeger.
The numbers aren't on the list. They must have changed the money somewhere.
As usual. Pretty smart, eh? All right, make out the deal. And what do you want? You walk in here with your pockets full of money, too?
Is this the bank that was robbed?
Any child knows that. But I've gotten most of the money back now.
Oh, that's wonderful, Mr. Krager, but how did you manage to do it?
He's the sixth farmer that's come in here and bought up his farm with money that Jesse James stole.
Oh, that's marvelous. Oh, can you prove it, or do I use the word alleged?
Of course I can't prove it.
Oh, but Jesse James really is a Robin Hood, isn't he? He steals from you so these poor farmers can buy the land that you're trying to steal from them.
What do you mean, steal?
Oh, I beg your pardon. I mean that allegedly you're trying to steal.
Who are you?
Oh, Miss Polly Morgan, star reporter of the St. Louis Journal. Of course, it doesn't say star on the card, but I think it's best to be modest, don't you? Jesse James, we're heading for the sheriff's office. And don't make me put another notch in my gun. I've too many there already. Well, come on.
Come on, boys. I want to see the sheriff's face when Byrne turns up again.
Much obliged, Bert.
I don't suppose Jesse James will last very long with you around, Sheriff.
Well, I aim to do my duty as I see it. Straight from St. Louis. There ain't but one more like it in the country.
And where's the other one? Looks like the sort of gun Jesse James ought to carry.
Oh, you again. Well, young lady, I suppose you think you've captured Jesse James.
I most certainly have, and he was as big as life. Isn't there any law and order in this town?
Go on, get out of here.
Don't talk to the sheriff that way. We want to get a story out of him.
Oh, he's just mad because he didn't capture Jesse himself.
Listen, young lady, I have known Jesse James since before he was born. But
you have? Is he really a Robin Hood? Or a ruthless outlaw and killer?
Of course he ain't. Why, he wouldn't hurt a fly. Unless it was working for the railroad. But this ain't him.
It ain't?
Of course it ain't.
Oh, but look.
I know it looks like him, but it ain't.
Can I go now?
Yeah, get out, and good riddance to you.
I'll bet you could give us a lot of human interest items about Jesse James.
We'll quote you directly, Mr. Sheriff. Your name will be in all the papers.
Well, I could tell you about the time Jesse helped me build my fireplace.
You mean we could really see that fireplace?
Well, I couldn't leave here till evening.
Well, that's all right. We could come to dinner.
Well, you see...
Oh, you mean you're a bachelor?
Well, as a matter of fact, I am. Strictly by choice, you understand.
Oh, why, of course. A handsome man like you. But don't you worry about a thing. We'll come and bring the food, and we'll cook it.
We'll see that our readers get the true story of Jesse James and Sheriff Whitaker.
Jesse was only 15 when we built this here fireplace, but he carried them boulders just like they was pebbles.
You seem to have been a very good friend of his.
You weren't ever a member of his gang, were you?
Well, at least I wasn't sheriff then. Hey, they made bad-looking victuals for a couple of city gals to cook up.
But tell me, how did he happen to come back here, Sheriff?
Didn't I ever tell you how I learned Jesse James how to shoot? Well, sir, 'twas...
All right, Stone, get going. Right, Clint. Drew, Chuck, come on. Look around, boys. You must have some money hid around here someplace.
Oh, what's your hurry? Let's tie into some of this grub first.
Look at that big galoot. You can't eat my fried chicken. It's not for the life of you.
Oh, go on away.
You better get out of here. We're going to burn this place.
Well, you can't leave him here.
Coming. Looks like Jesse James. Let's get out of here.
Oh, we can't make it, Jay. We'll have to get help.
Die? Who's dying? You mean Gabby's in there?
Yes.
Burned Gabby's house while I helped him build it.
Then you're Jesse James.
I reckon there's no use denying it.
Well, then there's another fellow running around here that looks more like you do than you do yourself.
What fellow?
Well, the man who did this. We thought he was Jesse James, but I know who he is now. That gambler, Clint Burns.
How do you know this isn't Clint Burns, or Clint Burns isn't Jesse? I mean, he could be Clint Burns, and the other fellow could be Jesse, or
could he? Well, if this one was Clint Burns, he'd have no reason for saying he was Jesse James.
I reckon you're right, ma'am.
I never thought we'd get a story like this when we left St. Louis.
You mean you're reporters?
Mm-hmm.
Then will you do me a favor and be quiet about this? I'll give you the whole story later. But right now, I don't want anyone to know I was here.
But we can't do that, Jane. What would our editor say if we held a story just because a bandit asked us to? Well, if the editor doesn't know, it won't hurt him. We'll hold it until you give us the word.
Thanks. He'll be all right. It'll take more than a little roasting to finish Gabby Whitaker.
Hey! Where am I? When did the cloudburst start, huh? Where's that false flame? Where's that Judas? Why, the dirty low-down...
Oh, now, Sheriff, now, Sheriff.
It wasn't enough for Jesse to burn my house down and leave me to sizzle, but he had to steal my brand-new pearl-handled gun to boot. And they ain't but one other like it in the country, mind you. And he's got that one, too. Doggone his ornery hide.
Yeah, but he wasn't...
He said not to tell anybody.
Who wasn't which?
Well, he just wasn't. That's all.
Where do we go from here, Byrne? You ain't going to bed, I can tell you that. This country's going to howl tonight. Go on.
Jesse James is a mad dog, and we demand a lot more action from you than we've been getting.
My boy Sam's about dead, with a bullet in his chest.
What do you got to say, Charlie?
I don't know. I ain't denying Jesse gave me the money to buy my place with, and now, well, I just can't understand it.
That U.S. Marshal in Altoona doesn't know the country, but you do. It's up to you to get Jesse or turn in your badge.
I've been out all night with a posse. Maybe you think I've been chasing after butterflies, huh?
That isn't what I mean. You and Jesse used to be very close. Now, if you were to lead him to believe you still feel kindly toward him, you might...
Are you suggesting that I sneak up on Jesse James with a peace pipe in one hand and a six-gun in the other? Well, I don't do business that way, Mr. Sloan. I ain't denying the people of this county deserve protection. And if you folks will just leave me be, I'll do my best to see if they get it.
I believe you, Sheriff. I just don't understand it, that's all.
Color, isn't it? Oh, come on.
Please.
Jesse James terrorizing the county, Sheriff. I'd think you could find something better to do than play poker.
And with a lot of farmers waiting for you to appeal their case, Mr. Sloan, I'd think you'd be studying law instead of cards.
Well, if you don't stop, Jesse, it won't make any difference whether I successfully appeal the case or not. None of my clients will live to get the benefit of it.
You needn't worry none about Jesse James. He's going to get his come-up-runs no later than tonight.
We've heard that talk before, and Jesse James still riding high, wide, and handsome.
He may be handsome, but he ain't riding by cracky. Steve tells me he's down with a bullet in his brisket.
You sure about that?
Sure. Sure, I'm sure. He's laying in an old deserted house down the Long Valley. Most of his gang's walked out on him. Cash me in. I got to get going. I'm heading for Altoona right now to pick up that United States Marshal and his posse. So if you want to see Jesse James in the flesh, come over to the jail tomorrow and take a look.
And we thought he was Jesse's friend. Do you suppose he still thinks that it was Jesse who burned his house down? We've got to tell him.
Oh, Mr. Sheriff!
Oh, it's no use. We've got to warn Jesse.
But we don't even know where Long Valley is.
We'll find that out at the livery stable.
No, I can't grant an extension. You wouldn't find it any easier to pay up in 90 days. And you must have learned that Jesse James isn't going to help you. I'll expect you to be off that farm 1 week from today.
Jesse James has been shot.
Are you sure?
I just heard the sheriff bragging about it. He's on his way to Altoona right now to pick up the marshal.
How many men has Jesse James got with him?
The sheriff claims most of his gang is left. He's hiding out in a deserted shack up in Long Valley.
And with that fool sheriff shooting off his mouth, half the town will know about it by now. Some friend of Jesse's will probably warn him. We can't afford to let him get away. Get going.
Look here, Krager. If I kill Jesse James, I'm out of a job.
You won't need a job with that 10,000 in your jeans.
How do I know I can collect it?
Now, don't worry. I've got enough influence to see to that.
I never saw you hurry after a story so fast before. You sure that Jesse James is nothing but a headline to you?
Well, I don't want to see an innocent man captured, that's all. They said it was a deserted house, so I'm afraid we're in the right place. You suppose Jesse's lying wounded all alone in there? Gosh, place. Oh, not that haunted houses bother me any. Oh!
Surround the house so James can't get away.
I can't understand it. Doesn't look as if he's even been here. Well, you can't blame him. You couldn't keep me here dead, much less wounded. Mr. James, don't you even limp?
Huh? Where's... I don't know how that story ever got started. Nobody's ever managed to put a bullet through Jesse James yet.
Then why are you here?
It's just as good a hideout as any. What are you two doing here?
Oh, we came to warn you. The sheriff's bringing a posse to capture you, and they're due here any time.
Yeah? I reckon I can take care of anything that fool sheriff has to offer. Let's take a look around.
I'm with you, Jesse.
That's Burns's gang.
It's time Gabby and the marshal were getting here. Wonder what that buckboard's doing down there.
Maybe Burns figures to carry you back in it, so as to be sure of collecting that reward.
We're on time. Yonder's a James gang. Fool, I wanted to sneak up on him. Scatter out and take cover.
Two of them down. I knew we could handle that posse any day in the week.
Looks like the posse's taking a licking. If Burns is in that cabin, I'm going to make sure he don't get away. You better pitch in and help the posse.
I've never helped a posse before. I don't hardly know how to act.
That blame fool know I got my pearl-handled gun back?
You ruined everything.
Thanks. Let's get out of here. Did you get Jesse? Yeah, come on.
It wasn't Burns, it was Jesse. How can you be sure it was Jesse? I don't know. I can just tell, that's all. Hey, you're not falling for that Jesse James, are you?
No wounded man in that bunch. Maybe Jesse's still in the house. That's Jesse James, all right.
But that's...
After all the gunfights he's been in, you never expect a stray bullet to get him.
Is Krieger up yet?
Yes, sir, Mr. Burns. Did you get him?
Sure. But that fool posse showed up too soon, and I can't risk trying to claim the reward.
Why not?
They mistook us for Jesse's gang, and I had to shoot a couple of them to get away.
That's too bad. Still, Jesse's dead. That's the main thing.
Maybe it is to you, Krieger, but I'm out that $10,000.
Yes, and Hillman isn't a very healthy place for you now. One of Jesse's old gang is apt to spot you any time. Better take this and clear out.
I reckon not. Now that Jesse's dead, his gang will bust up. Anyway, I like it here.
All right. I'll double it.
You seem to be very anxious for me to leave, Krieger.
I just want you to have enough to make a fresh start somewhere else.
No, I'm having a streak of luck down at the Double Eagle, and I don't like changing it. See you later. Anytime you have a little more work for me to do, let me know.
Deliver this note.
Jesse.
High up in the sky, I see a lonely cloud that's slowly drifting by. All of heaven is shining just for you. Still up on the hill, I hear the chirping of a lonely whippoorwill. Seems that everything's shining just for you. I told my secret to the stars, all aglow in the evening sky, and all the little stars on high are winking a million eyes. You can make it true, this lonely dream of mine that's shining in the blue. Can't you hear my heart calling, calling just for you?
Well, you seem very cheerful for a ghost, Jesse.
Now that you've got your big story about me getting killed, I suppose you'll be heading back to St. Louis.
Well, I'm afraid I haven't any excuse to stay. Have I?
Would another story do? Only this one's about a man named Krieger.
Is that why you're posing as Clint Burns?
Mm-hmm. Krieger's smart, all right, but he must have made a slip somewhere in his scheme. I'm going to find out where.
But if Krieger should find out you're not really Burns...
That's just what he will be finding out if I don't get back to the Double Eagle. Clint Burns is supposed to be having a run of luck. See you later, Frank. Bye.
Hello, Sloan.
Hello. Is this what you wanted to see me about?
Yes and no. Now that Jesse's out of the way, Clint Burns is beginning to present a problem. I have an idea he's getting too big for his britches.
What's the matter? Will he leave?
No, he won't take what I offered him. And when a man like Burns gets the idea that we're afraid of what he knows...
So?
Burns is a gambler. Maybe he's a crooked gambler. Now, no one would think twice about the death of a crooked gambler.
Who's elected for the job?
He should be somebody respectable. A man they'll believe when he accuses Burns of cheating.
A man like that might be hard to find.
Not with you here, Sloan.
Me?
Why not? You've killed your man before. And it means just as much to you as it does to me to get rid of Burns.
But,
I'll tell you what I have in mind.
Got room for another?
Hello, Mr. Sloan. We don't see you in here very often.
No, but when we do, we usually win.
Three sixes. All blue. be as bad as this, if it is just luck.
Mean anything by that, Sloan?
Meaning that if it's just luck, it's bound to turn. I'll wait a while and see. I'm all in. Run 'em.
Kings and queens. 10 full.
That last one came from the bottom, Burns.
I don't understand that. Clint Burns never saw the day he could make a draw like that.
Yeah, he never saw the day he'd let a man go when he had him dead to rights, the way he just had Sloan.
Everybody stay where you are. Don't make a move. Now then, where's the body?
A man couldn't speed up his draw like that all of a sudden. You don't suppose... I've been thinking the same thing. There's never been but one man in this country could draw that fast. Yeah, and maybe he ain't dead. That's right. Vern, you stay here and keep your eye on him. Ruff and I are going to see Krager.
You aim to come along, Sheriff?
Who, eh? You think I'd miss a thing like this?
Never expected a call from you, Mr. Burns.
The name's James, Jesse James.
Jesse James? What kind of a joke is this?
It ain't no joke. It's plumb serious.
Then you're not dead? You're giving yourself up? Is that what this means?
Well, I know I'm not dead, and I'm not giving myself up. You see, Judge, I might tell you I'm Jesse James, but I reckon you'd have a hard time proving it.
That's a mighty neat point. You should have been a lawyer, Jesse. But I don't reckon you'd risk coming here just to put me in a hole.
Say, Judge, what happens when a lawyer gets paid to the side he's supposed to be fighting against?
I never expected Jesse James to be interested in a point of law. But to answer your question, that would be collusion, and ordinarily would invalidate the decision. Why?
Well, we've added things up. And the answer is that Sloan's in with Krager.
Sloan? You mean Paul Sloan?
We mean exactly that. Why, Sloan tried to kill Jesse here. Who'd be one of them killed but Krager?
You see, Krager thinks I'm Clint Burns. He made it very clear that he wanted to get rid of me.
But have you any proof of this?
Don't need no proof. I'm the sheriff, ain't I? And I'm on my way to grab that Sloan critter right now.
You may not need proof just to arrest a man, but reversing a decision is another matter. Sheriff, I'm going along with you.
Looks like Burns' old gang is getting curious. I reckon I better lead him back to the Double Eagle while you go on.
Worth the ride out there anyway.
They're tooting it is.
You can't get away from us, Sheriff. We heard about the shooting.
Ain't you two going back to St. Louis yet?
Are you going to arrest Sloan?
I tried to, but he wasn't home. I reckon he heard I was coming.
You're going to keep after him, aren't you?
You ain't going to pry no information out of me, young woman.
There's something up. Well, what are we waiting for? I guess it means another ride in that buckboard. But this time I'll do the driving.
Looks like Ruth Boulder and that Greg feller.
Wonder what they're doing here.
I don't know. I was figuring on barging right in, but now I reckon the situation calls for a little detectivating.
This full story you're trying to tell me?
But it couldn't be Jesse James. Must have been Clint Burns that got killed up there.
Once we got suspicious, I took a good look at that fella. I knew for sure it wasn't Clint.
No ordinary shot could have outshot me that way. I might have known it was Jesse James.
There's a couple of fellas peeking in the window. Looks like the sheriff.
Who's with him?
Appeared mighty like Judge Rutherford. Of course, I couldn't be sure in the dark.
Rutherford. You wait here, Mose.
Yes, sir.
Come here, Boulder. I want you to help me with this. You better take a look at this, too, Greg. I want to be sure I have the facts right.
I've heard all the evidence of collusion I need. I wonder what all that writing's about. Don't tell him what Krieger's up to.
Look out!
Boulder, you come with me. Greg, you and Sloan take the Sandhill Road. That way we'll cut them off.
Oh, they'll catch up with them, sure. We've got to get Jesse. Hang on.
Here comes the other ones, Judge. Maybe we can make it to them rocks. Did he get you bad?
Not so bad I can't fight.
We just came from Krager's house. He and his men discovered Gabby and the judge and started shooting at him. Well, they got away, but I'm afraid they...
Where were they going?
To Long Valley. You're not following anybody, mister.
Who says I ain't?
That rock back of them can hold out for a year.
Yes, and we can't even get a chance to rush them.
Somebody will have to climb that rock above them. It's our only chance. Boulder, come here. Think you can climb that rock?
Sure. But I'll have to go around and come up from behind.
Then hurry.
Still all right, Judge?
Never felt better in my life.
Krieger, what are you afraid of? I'd like to see him do it. We're winning this fight hands down.
Jesse James. Come on, let's get out of here.
Try and play fast and loose with me, eh? You're under arrest.
We want the full details, Sheriff. Give me my book, Jane. You're not going.
Well, I don't want to outstay my welcome with the judge here.
You mean you're leaving for good?
Well, I have a little place back in Nebraska that kind of needs tending to.
What are the charges, Sheriff?
Mayhem, assault with intent to kill, conspiracy with intent to defraud, and collusion by cracky.
Here's all my notes. Maybe they'll help you in writing up the story. Assault, conspiracy, and collusion by cracky. Help me write it? Well, where are you going? To a little place back in Nebraska that kind of needs tending to.
Bye, Gabby.
You mean you're going away with Jesse James?
I reckon you're a little mixed up, Polly. Jesse James is dead.
You've got to do something, Slack. Johnny Travers has got the ranchers all stirred up. That young squirt.
Don't worry about him.
Just the same, he started plenty of trouble for us. Trouble? I found out he sent for Hopalong Cassidy.
Hopalong Cassidy, huh? When's he due to arrive?
Johnny says he'll be in today. I think I passed him on my way in from the ranch. What are you going to do?
Listen, Bart. I've got a plan.
She ain't much of a town, Hoppy.
No, I have seen better. All right, mister?
Yeah. Only knocked the breath out of me.
You're very fortunate.
Thanks to this.
May I see them? You must have been born under a lucky star.
I'll say.
Yeah. I'm Dan Slack. Thanks for coming to my help.
That's all right. I'm Hopalong Cassidy. This is California Carlson.
Howdy.
Howdy, Mr. Carlson. Mr. Cassidy. It's all right, man. Go on about your business. I'm all right. Thank you. I'd like to get my hands on the man that fired this shot.
Have you any idea who did it?
Well, yes. The fact is, I've been having some trouble with the ranchers hereabout. You see, I've got a little mine up there in the hills, the Buckskin Mine.
Buckskin Mine?
Yeah. I need water from White Creek. The rancher's been trying to stop me.
Yeah? What have they been doing, mister?
Just about everything they could to stop me operating and making shipments. They broke my water connections, tried to tear up the track from here to the main line, and now this.
It's like you more than got your hands full.
Yes, I have. By any chance, you men looking for work?
No. No, not exactly.
No.
That's too bad.
What'd you have in mind?
Well, I could use a couple of men like you and your friend to guard the railroad tracks.
No, we're not looking for work. But if we do decide to stay around here, we'll keep you in mind.
Yes, do that.
Glad to meet you.
Glad to meet you.
So long, mister.
Mr. Carlson.
Seems a right nice sort of feller.
Yeah, but did you notice anything funny about that bullet?
No, can't say as I did. It was a 44 slug.
That's right. But the lead was cold.
Yeah, so it was. Never knowed a piece of lead to cool off that quick after it was fired.
Well, it wasn't fired. Mr. Dan Slack planted that in his pocket.
What in tarnation for?
I don't know. That's what we're going to find out.
California.
Hiya, Johnny.
It's sure good to see you.
How are you?
California.
Hiya, Johnny.
How's everything at the Bar 20?
Oh, fine. But what's happened out here? Why'd you send for us?
Rustlers, Hoppy.
Rustlers?
The way our cattle are being rustled, there won't be a rancher in this section that can stay out of bankruptcy.
Have you tried trailing them?
The trail always leads to the hills, then disappears. Oh, there's something else, too. The rustlers always seem to know what we're going to do.
What do you mean?
Well, we'll stake out in one range, and they'll make off with cattle from another one.
Wait a minute. Did you tell the other ranchers we were coming here?
Yes, and they're sure looking forward to meeting you.
I'm sure looking forward to meeting them, too.
Well, we'll have a powwow this afternoon, and we'll go in and see them tomorrow.
Good.
Hello, partner.
Howdy, Bobby. How's hunting?
Fair to middlin'.
Well, you look right smart there. Hoppy, this is my girl's brother, Bobby Longstreet. Bobby, this is Hopalong Cassidy.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Did you say Hopalong Cassidy?
That's right.
Gosh. I'm glad to make your acquaintance, Mr. Cassidy. Heard a lot about you.
That's right. Oh, this is my friend California Carlson, Bobby.
Knowed from coast to coast.
Never heard of you.
You never heard of me? Hoppy saddle partner? Young fella, I'll have you know I'm one of the smartest men. I'll show you how smart I am. Now, here's a little trick I sent to Denver for. It was in a catalog-y. 52 cards. Slick, huh? Now I'll take 6 of them. Just a minute now. Yeah, I got them.
That didn't work so well, did it?
Well, that part don't matter much. 6 cards. Now, here we go. Now, 3 backs and 3 faces. Now keep your eye on them. Presto, presto. The faces have all turned to backs.
It's nothing to that. 3 of the cards have backs on both sides.
That's right.
You think that's good? I got one for you.
Yeah?
Sent all the way to Chicago for it. Got a coin?
A coin, huh? Well, I reckon there's a... Yeah, there's one.
Remember the date.
I got it.
It's a box. You can't open without taking off the strings.
Uh-huh. So what?
Open it.
Open up the... another box, huh?
Open it.
Now, what's...
Open the bag.
The bag, huh? Why didn't you... How do you... Coin.
Is it the same coin?
Sure is. Well, bust my galler. Well, say, how does this thing work, huh?
I'll just leave it with you to figure out. Well, guess I'll be moseying along, gents. Glad to see you around these here parts, Mr. Cassidy.
Thanks.
Hope we can get together. So long.
So long, and keep your powder dry.
Say, he's a smart young bucko.
He still never heard of you.
He's still a smart young bucko.
I'll explain the whole situation to Hoppy. I think we should leave it up to him as to what we do.
Just a minute, Johnny. Before you go any further, I'd like to ask a question.
Sure, Hoppy, go ahead.
If I get rid of these rustlers for your association, what's in it for me?
Well, I never heard you talk about getting money for helping out your friends.
Well, you're hearing it now. I didn't come all the way here from Arizona for my health.
If that's the way you feel about it, Cassidy, your health will be better if you go back to Arizona.
Wait a minute. Hoppy, you're not serious, are you?
Never more serious in my life. We were made an offer by a man named Slack.
What kind of offer did he make you?
Wants us to guard the railroad. Said he'd been having trouble with you ranchers.
Well, Mr. Slack has nothing to do with the railroad. It belongs to me.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Well, you mean to say you'd take that horn-toad's part against us?
I didn't say anything about taking anybody's part. I said he offered us a job. As far as I can see, you're not giving me any reason for turning it down.
So this is your friend you've been boasting about.
I guess I made a mistake. Maybe you better take that job, Hoppy.
Maybe I'd better. Come on, California.
I sure made a mess of Satan's.
That's all right, Johnny. We'll work it out some other way. Oh, I'm sorry I lost my temper.
Well, that's all right.
Hey, Hoppy.
Yeah?
Have you gotten loco?
Why, I don't think so. Why?
Over there. Didn't you?
There. One of those ranchers is working with the rustlers. We gotta find out who it is.
Yeah, but what's that got to do with us going to work for Slack?
I've got an idea that Slack knows what this is all about.
Oh, then what you were saying?
Oh, that's just a fool, whoever it is that's working with the rustlers.
Ah, now I get it. Wait till we tell Johnny.
But we're not going to tell Johnny. Till we find out who's back of this, he's got to be kept in the dark.
Oh, I sure hate to make Johnny think we're letting him down.
We're not going to let him down. We come here to help him, didn't we?
Oh, sure.
This looks like the only way we can do it. Now, quit worrying about it.
Bart says he walked out of them clean.
Looks like he ain't so smart after all, Mr. Slack. Played right into your hands.
Maybe he's not so smart, and then again, maybe he is.
What do you mean?
I was just wondering. Is he playing into my hands, or is he trying to get me to play into his? Get going. Here they come.
Howdy, Mr. Slack.
Oh, howdy.
That job you offered us still open?
Sure is. You mean you changed your mind?
That's right.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Now, just what did you want us to do?
Well, first we better go over to the railroad office. The railroad still owns the tracks.
Oh, they do?
Say, do you mind if I stay here and get me a sarsaparilla? I'm kind of thirsty.
Drinking again, huh?
Pretty easy.
I wish I could give you a better report on the financial condition of your railroad, Sharon, but, well, the books,
You're a fine attorney. Why, I thought you'd be able to turn all the red figures into black.
I'd like to, but I'm just not that much of a magician.
Leif?
Howdy, Mr. Slack.
Howdy, Sharon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Slack.
Well, I've hired a couple of men to guard the railroad tracks.
Why, I can't afford any guards.
You don't have to pay them, my dear. I'm footing the bills. This is one of the men I've hired, Mr. Hopalong Cassidy.
Well, as long as you're going to pay for the guards, there's no reason why I should object.
Well, I guess that's settled, Mr. Cassidy. Yes. Any packages arrived for me today, Leif?
Yes, out in the freight room.
All right, I'll see you later at the office, Mr. Cassidy. By the way, have you any idea who's been trying to wreck your railroad?
Why don't you ask your boss, Dan Slack?
What do you mean?
Well, it's no secret. He's been trying to get control of the railroad.
Well, if that's true, why should he try to wreck it?
Well, that's pretty obvious, isn't it? If he can prevent Sharon from operating, she'll go into bankruptcy. Then he'll take over.
I don't think you ought to say those things, Harrison. After all, you don't have any proof.
No, and I haven't any proof that Slack was responsible for your father's being killed. I don't have any doubts about that either.
Please, Harrison.
I'm sorry you don't want to cooperate, but I suppose you have your reasons. Hello, partner.
Mr. Cassidy, is this true what I heard about you going to work for Dan Slack?
Why, yes, it is, but you and I are still friends, aren't we?
Mr. Cassidy, I guess you and I have got two different meanings for the word friend.
So help me, I'll go crazy.
Say, what is that thing?
Oh, it's nothing. Well, it's just a little trick I thought up in my spare time.
Well, how does it work?
How does it work? Oh, kind of simple. It's, you see, you got this both of them, see, are kind of wrapped up and, the bag, but, oh, no, sir. I ain't giving it away. No, sirree. Why should I?
There's one of them now. Where's your partner?
Well, I don't know exactly. You're lying, you old squirrel.
Hey, don't start nothing in here.
Oh, wait a minute. What? Who's next?
What do you think you're doing in here? You run out and your scrawny neck for you.
I'm starting to rear. Come on, the kid from the bar 20. No, kid. There.
Reach! Put that gun away. California. Wait outside. Maybe I should remind you, gentlemen, that he's my saddle partner. And I'd get mighty upset if anything should happen to him.
She be.
Yeah. Slack certainly picked a nice deserted spot to keep us out of the way. That buckskin mine's a long ride from here.
Howdy, gents.
Howdy.
to the Paris Hotel. Best and finest hotel west side of Mississippi. That is, she used to be before they shut down the mines.
Oh, I see. Are you Suki Withers?
That's me.
Dan Slack told us we could bunk here.
Are you two fellas working for him?
That's right.
Yep. Step right up here and put your name in the hotel register. Oh. Where is it? Oh, here.
Catching cold?
Dust. It ain't been used for the past 5 years, but I'm keeping it right here waiting. One of these days, they open up the mine again.
Ah. She kind of dried up on you, hadn't she?
Dried up? That's funny. She was plumb full 5 years ago.
She was? Got a pencil?
Here.
Thanks.
Kinda looks as he would be staring right at you.
Yeah.
That there was the farthest man you have ever seen in life. Same bucktoe. And he discovered the gold here 30 years ago.
Is that so?
One day, he was down in the mine, and all of a sudden he started bellowing like a crazy bull. And you ain't gonna believe me, but he reached up and got a hold of the timber and tried to shake it loose. And down came the wall of the shaft, and you could hear the cave in for miles around. Poor fella. He couldn't stand seeing the mines closed down. And Sam Bucktoe is dead. Are you believing in ghosts?
I don't believe in anything I can't see. Why?
Well, 2 or 3 folks, they swear they have seen Sam Bucktoe's ghost walking across Superstition Mountains. And there is some mysterious noises way down in the shaft of the mine. I've heard it myself.
What kind of a noise?
It's hard to explain, but I would swore it was Sam Bucktoe laughing that crazy laugh of his.
Yeah?
I intercepted a wire from that new guard of yours, Cassidy. He telegraphed the marshal at Salt Lake City asking for information about you.
So, wire me all the information you can concerning Cactus Dan Slack. Don't mention his name, as I don't want anyone to know I'm making inquiries. Cassidy. So he was trying to get me to play into his hands.
Cactus, that's a fine name he tacked onto you.
I'll fix him.
Here.
Thanks. Leif, you send this wire to Cassidy. Just as if it came from Salt Lake.
All right. That sure ought to fix it, Mr. Slack.
Yeah.
Mr. Cassidy.
Yeah?
There's a telegram for you.
For me?
I can't make head or tail of whom they are talking about.
Oh, that's too bad. Nosy?
Him?
You.
It has been 5 years since I received the last telegram. But I'd like to know what's about it.
I'll bet you would. Come on, we better go to work. Thanks, Suki.
Say, Hoppy.
Yeah?
What was that telegram about, huh?
I thought you read it inside.
I didn't quite finish it. Know your man well, can vouch for him, clean record, best life open book. I still don't know what it's about, Hoppy.
I didn't think so. It's about Dan Slack, and it's supposed to be my friend the marshal in Salt Lake. But it's not.
No? What do you mean?
I sent a wire last night while you and Suki was asleep. It must have been intercepted.
What makes you think that?
The marshal always sends me a code word, cactus, and it's not in here.
Well, doggone it. Wonder who could have done it.
Well, I've got my suspicions. Tonight we'll sneak out of here and see what we can find out about it. I wouldn't try that.
What do you want?
I want a little talk with you. Get over there.
You can't tell me what to do.
This can. Get over there. Sit down.
The sheriff will be interested to hear about this.
You'll also be interested to hear about that wire mine you intercepted.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No? He don't know what we're talking about.
You think I ought to freshen up his memory, Hoppy?
No, I don't think it'll be necessary. Now, do you want to talk to me about that wire, or do you want to talk to the sheriff?
I ain't talking to nobody.
Unsociable, Gus, ain't he?
Yeah. Well, I guess there's only one thing we can do.
Oh, wait a minute, Hoppy. The sheriff's out of town. We can't lock him up in jail.
Oh, that's right. Well, I got a better idea.
Listen, you fellas, this ain't legal. This ain't legal.
That's too bad. Now, sit right down there and make yourself comfortable. We'll be around the first thing in the morning with the sheriff.
You can't get away with this.
You're here, ain't you?
Did you lock the other door?
There it is.
Good.
There he goes.
I've got an idea that homing pigeon's gonna lead us right to the Rustler's hideout. Come on.
fool doing coming down here?
I'll get him, Puppy. Don't shoot him. I want to see where he's going.
Somebody following him, too. Get those steers to moving faster!
Wish that in nobody, Hop.
Nor me. Looks like he broke the cinch.
Yeah, sure does.
The men we're really after are out in that valley. Think you can make it down here?
Well, this horse ain't no mountain goat, but we can try it.
Let's go. Recognize any of them?
No, I didn't, Hoppy. Say, look at the brand on them steers. They're wishbone stuff.
Yeah.
Here's Johnny thinks we're working again him and we just saved him a mess of beefsteak.
We haven't saved them yet. You work the other side and I'll stay over here.
What you aiming to do?
Head them back to the wishbone.
Come on.
What is Some of your stock's being rustled.
What?
Yes, come on.
Hey! 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 I could turn the jingle, jingle, jingle as I go riding.
I guess she don't care much for your singing.
She don't understand music.
Music? Is that what that is? Johnny.
Thinks we're the rest.
Better get your hands up before somebody gets hurt.
What are you doing with my cattle?
We ran into some rustlers, but they got away. We were taking the cattle back to your ranch.
Don't pay any attention to them, Johnny. They were stealing your cattle.
Looks like you're right, Bart.
We've been wasting our time with these men. If you ask me, it's about time we had a little necktie party.
Nobody's asking you.
I'm waiting, Hoppy. You better start explaining.
I told you what happened, Johnny. There's nothing else to explain.
You heard what he said? What are you waiting for?
I'll handle this, Bart. All right, Hoppy. Maybe I'm making a big mistake, but you can keep on riding. The other way. This is my range, and I'm giving orders now for you to keep off of it.
All right, Johnny.
see any sense hanging around this railroad anymore. Plain nursemaid to an iron horse.
But we've got to wait till we find out what Slack's next move is. Sit down and relax.
Thought you said relax.
Howdy, Cassidy.
Hi, Sheriff. What brings you out this way?
Understand you had a little run-in with the ranchers.
Oh, that was just a misunderstanding.
So you say. Bart Gailey found Sharon Longstreet's telegraph operator, dead.
Well, what are you getting at?
Dan Slack tells me he saw you following Leif out of town last night. Is that right?
Might be. Why?
Just this, Cassidy. I'm placing you and your friend here under arrest for the murder of Leif Bailey. If you don't mind, I'll take your guns.
Just a minute. I kind of like these guns.
You can't get away with this, Cassidy.
No, and you can't arrest us for murder on Dan Slack's say-so either. Now, if you don't mind, I'll take yours. Now, get on your horse and ride back to town and tell Slack it didn't work.
All right, I'll be back. And with a posse.
You better take this. You might need it.
Now what, Hoppy?
I think we better call on Miss Longstreet. Good evening.
How dare you come here?
Well, I know how you feel about both of us, but I wanted to talk to you.
You can talk to Sheriff Martin.
But this concerns you. It's also important to Johnny.
Well, come in.
Thank you.
Sit down over there.
First of all, I want you to know that we didn't kill your telegraph operator.
We were strailing him to the rustlers, and he was killed accidental, trying to get away from us.
That's right.
You expect me to believe that? Leif was working for me.
Well, you might have been paying him, but he was actually working for Slack.
Slack?
Yes, that's why he sent the sheriff after us. He's trying to get rid of us, nice and legal. And I think Slack is ahead of these rustlers. That's one of the reasons I went to work for him. But so far, I haven't been able to prove anything.
Well, if what you say is true, why haven't you told Johnny?
Well, Hoppy didn't want to get him hurt.
No, that's why I had to walk out on him.
I don't understand.
Well, it's pretty obvious that one of the ranchers is working with Slack. And whoever it is wouldn't hesitate to shoot Johnny in the back.
Whom do you suspect?
Bart Gailey.
Why do you suspect him?
Well, he's been trying to make trouble for us ever since we came here. And, for several reasons. Now, if you'll only believe what I've told you, you can help everybody.
What can I do?
You're present at all the ranchers' meetings, aren't you?
Yes.
I want you to tell me everything they say and do, especially Bart.
You're asking me to trust you with a great deal.
But you will do it, won't you?
Yes, I'll do it. Oh, Bobby, what on earth? Hello, Hoppy.
Hello, Sharon.
Well, I see my official courier carried out my orders.
Yeah, Bobby's getting to be quite a messenger. What did you find out?
Well, Bart Gailey has all the ranchers worked up against you. And they're forming a posse to search the hills.
Pretty neat. What about Johnny?
Well, Johnny did his best to defend you, but they wouldn't listen. I think you'd better get away from this section.
Oh, I appreciate your interest, but I'm not going to get out of here until I can prove that both Slack and Gailey are thieves. I've got an idea there's somebody else behind them, too. Well, that's one of Slack's men.
Why, he's riding into Coffin Canyon.
Yeah.
Come on, let's follow him.
Wait a minute. I'll follow him. You better get back home.
But I'm not afraid.
But nevertheless, it's too dangerous.
Oh, come on.
Wait a minute, Sharon. Come on. Young lady, will you please go back home?
Hoppy, he's disappeared.
Oh, he probably rode out the other end.
But you don't understand. This is the only way you can get in or out of the canyon.
It is? Well, that's funny. Wonder what happened to him. Sharon, look. Come on.
Well, Mr. Cassidy, at least we found the Rustler's Corral.
Yeah, so far so good. Now I want to know what happens to cattle after they leave here. Sounds like we got visitors. Maybe we better get out of here. You sure that's the only way out of here?
Yes, it is.
Look over there. You think you can make that?
Well, I'll try.
Good girl.
I don't know.
Get a good look at him.
No, but it couldn't have been anybody else but Cassidy and his sidekick. Let's get back and tell Slack.
Sharon, I'm certainly glad you know this country.
So am I. Exciting, wasn't it?
Certainly was.
I suppose I ought to thank you for saving my life, but, well, I'm so ashamed I nearly made you lose yours. I don't know what to say.
Well, you don't need to say anything. The important thing is that we found the Rustler's Corral, thanks to you.
You want me to tell the sheriff?
No, no indeed. I still want to find out what happens to those cattle after they leave the corral. I'll see that you get safely home in California, and I'll come back to do a little investigating.
All right.
So this is where they've been driving the cattle.
Yep.
Looks like they couldn't go any further if they wanted to.
That's what we're going to find out. The trail seems to lead up through here.
Yeah, right smack into that mountain.
Better hide the horses and we'll take a look.
Yeah. I don't see no use going no further.
No? Did you notice anything funny about this brush?
No, just a lot of weeds to me.
Well, they're weeds, all right, but did you ever see cattle hair growing on them before?
Well, I'll be jiggered.
too.
I told you it was no use. It's a blind alley.
Yeah, but here's the trail.
Doggone it, they must have sprouted wings. What? Why, she looks like a mine entrance, Hoppy.
That's what it is. Hey, wait a minute. The Buckskin Mine's on the other side of this mountain.
Yeah, I know that, but what's that got? And you think this is another entrance to the Buckskin?
Must be.
Well, I'm a bow-legged dude from Arkansas. They've been hiding the cattle in the old mine shaft. No, that don't make sense, Hoppy. They gotta get them out some way. Can't drive them out the other end while the whole countryside would see them. Suppose there's another outlet somewhere?
Well, there could be, but I doubt it.
Then what in blazes do they do with the cattle?
It's crazy, but it could be done.
What's crazy, Hoppy? Now, what could be done?
What, Bobby, what are you doing up here?
I was looking for you in California. Thought you might need some help.
How'd you know where to find us?
I followed your trail up into the hills. Then I lost it. Then I figured to myself you had to be somewhere, so I rode up as high as I could. Then I looked down, and I see you.
Huh, I'm sure glad he ain't Sheriff Martin.
Sheriff. Hey, I want you to deliver a message to me. Think you can do it?
Yes, sir.
Got a piece of paper?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Say, you're a smart young bucko.
Now, you take that to your sister and tell her to give it to the sheriff. And hurry.
Yes, sir.
What you aiming for us to do, Hoppy?
Don't like the looks of this place, but we're going down in there.
Yeah, do you think I better wait for the sheriff to come up?
California. Come on.
Well, I just thought that maybe, this place gives me the creeps. Reminds me of a tomb.
I wouldn't know. I've never been in one. Cattle trail.
Yeah. Look at him, Hoppy?
Yeah.
Seems to me I've seen that face before.
You have? That picture back of Suki Withers' desk. You remember?
Suki's ghost.
Yeah. Sam Bucktoe.
Why? Hello, Mr. Bucktoe. How you feeling?
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Great man composed that. But he lived a life misunderstood by his fellows. But he also made a mistake. He forgot the world was filled with fools. Stupid, incompetent fools. Just like you, Slack.
Oh, well, now, Mr. Bucktoe, that's no way to talk.
I made you the confidant of my plans, Slack, because it suited my purposes to stay in the background. It was very simple. You were told what to do. If you'd have followed my orders, that Travers boy would have lost his ranch. Sharon Longstreet or railroad. Why, I'd be in control of the entire valley by now. I'd have plenty of money. Money to rebuild my broken life. I'd have money for power. Sam Bucktoe, governor. Senator. And then... your stupidity delayed all this, Slack.
Well, I did my best, Mr. Bucktoe.
I suppose you did, but it wasn't good enough. I told you to get rid of Cassidy and Carlson when they first came here.
Well, I was waiting my chance.
I'm tired of waiting. That Cassidy is smart. He'll soon be knowing everything.
He'll be taken care of, I promise you that.
That won't be necessary. I'll do the job myself. Meantime, I'm going to settle accounts with you.
What do you mean?
I'm going to kill you, Slack.
Now, you wait a minute.
That man's insane.
don't understand why you don't want to join the posse, Johnny. You've got as much at stake as anybody.
Well, I still can't believe Hoppy's as bad as you fellows seem to think he is.
Johnny, read that.
What is it?
It's from Hoppy.
Look, have discovered secret entrance to the Buckskin Mine. Tells Sheriff Martin he will find all necessary proof if he looks under the ore and Slack's cars in the station. Hoppy. What's from Hoppy?
Sure it is.
He only pretended to be working for Slack to protect you.
Well, I'll be doggone. I knew all along he wouldn't let me down.
What does he mean, Slack's ore cars?
Well, come on, we'll find out.
Yes. Well, there are the cars, Sheriff.
Cassidy better know what he's talking about.
Hoppy knows what he's talking about, all right. Come on.
No, you stay here, Bobby. Come on. Well, what is it, Johnny?
No wonder we couldn't trace those steers.
Yeah, they've been butchering them in the mine and shipping the beef out under the ore.
All right, Sheriff. I'd like to join your posse now.
Fine, Johnny. I'd like to have you.
Hundreds of them in there.
Yeah.
Look way back in here.
Bucktoe's pretty slick after all.
Yeah. There's some of Johnny's stock there, too.
Yeah, sure as wishbone.
Let's get out of here.
All right, men. You're all sworn in as deputies, so you know what to do.
Sheriff Martin, I'd like to join this posse.
I thought you was against gunplay, Brooks.
Well, I am, but circumstances alter cases, as we used to say in law school.
Consider yourself sworn in. We'll dismiss the formalities.
How about me, Sheriff? Can I go too?
I'm afraid you're a little young. All right, men, let's get to going. We're wasting time here.
Somebody calling?
No, you must be hearing things.
Oh, no, I heard something, all right. Come on.
Hey,
Slacker, you and Jim stay here. The rest of you come with me. Slack. Dead. Sheriff's out there with a posse. We're caught between them.
Our only chance of getting out of here is the other end.
All right, you keep going that way. We'll cover this end.
Sounds like cattle stampede. Somebody's turned them loose. Bobby, stay where you are. Run for it. It's the cattle stampeding.
How do you know there's cattle in their barge?
Johnny, don't go in there yet.
But I've got to find out what happened to Hoppy in California.
You go in there now, those cattle will trump you to death. You better get him over to the ranch right away. All right, bring him along, boys.
Hoppy! Hoppy, California! Say, I didn't know you had Bobby with you.
Well, you don't think our partner'd let us down, do you?
Doggone. I think I didn't trust that young lawyer.
For a tenderfoot, he sure showed a lot of spunk. I can't understand it.
Well, Hoppy, I can't tell you how much I appreciate what you've done. What a fool I was for ever doubting you.
Oh, that's all right, Johnny. Forget it. Well, I guess we better say goodbye.
Can I work for you if I come to Arizona?
You certainly can. That goes for you too, Johnny.
Well, I'd ride with you right now, Hoppy, but I've got something else on my mind. Well, I think I'll have to change my plans, Hoppy. Is that job still open at the Bar 20?
Sure. You mean you're going with us?
That's right.
What about your ranch?
Well, I'll take care of that later.
All right, let's go.
Say, Bobby, would you please show me how that darn trick works?
Sure, California. The secret of the whole thing is this little slot.
The slot, huh? Uh-huh.
You drop the coin through this slot into the bag. When you pull it out, the box closes automatic.
Well, ain't that simple? But you didn't give me this part, did you?
No, I didn't.
Say, give me that thing. Wait till I show it to the boys at the Bar 20.
Come on, California.
Come in, Hoppy. So long, Bobby.
So long, California.
Bye, Bobby.